Good evening and welcome back to live softball action from West Beach in South Australia. Circuit breaker done, community sport returns and fully loaded softball is back for the final 2 weeks of the 2020 season. Hello everyone, I'm James Harris here for Spacequake Sports, and joining me in commentary for the first game tonight is Lana Kayser from the Emmsee Thunder. Hi Lana.
Hello James, I'm very excited to be back in and around the diamond tonight. It's about time, if I say.
Couple of weeks off. What did you do to stay fit? Were you taking some ground balls in the backyard? Were you doing some hitting into a net?
Do you know what? I tried to focus more on just staying fit and strong. I think at this stage of the season when, most people that are out here are training and playing 4 or 5 nights a week, the 2 weeks off was actually quite nice to just get back some cardio, get back some strength, have a bit of a reset and then start again before Christmas. But I'm sure a lot of players were hitting the ground balls with some buddies, of course, as you could, as much in isolation.
Yeah, social distancing as well. So just to remind our viewers at home, you might be watching for the first time. This is actually a shorter version of traditional fast pitch softball. It's fully loaded. It's 3 innings of loaded bases. So the start of each inning, bases are loaded. 15-second shot clock, 180-foot home run fence. Does that about sum it up? Well,
yeah, I think so.
All action, all of the time.
All action, all the time. Big swings, big fields. It's a lot of fun.
We are about to get underway. Michaela Yankovic is pitching for the Cobras. And the ball just gets past catcher Jess Maslin's glove. We'll go around the rest of the Cobras defence in a moment. Chelsea Robinson leading thing off for the CPC Angels.
It's going to be a good one. The ladder's quite tight at the moment. We've got Thunder on the top of the ladder with 11 points. Cobras just behind on 9 and Angels on 6. But as we know, James, the games, depending on how much you win by, how close the games are, if you win, they all go towards helping you win that game and get higher on the ladder. Yeah,
and you've been on the right end of a couple of big wins. So a couple of extra bonus points have put you 2 points clear on top. But how interesting is that each team have played for 1-2 and lost 2. So everyone has beaten everyone in the competition so far.
It's good. It means it's healthy. It means the selectors did a good job in making the teams pretty even. So that's what you want.
Chelsea Robinson leading off the Angels with a walk. So that will bring in a run. Georgia Hood comes to the plate. Always dangerous, Georgia Hood.
Yeah, she's a batter. I'm not a pitcher myself. It would be very bad if I was. But I think from a pitcher's perspective, she'd be a tough one to pitch to. She's very big, very strong.
Yankovic just struggling to find the zone a little bit. There's no warm-up pitches. And so for me, fully loaded, it's probably not a pitcher's game. But, yeah, surely we can allow one warm-up maybe if we were to rewrite the rules.
I reckon. Maybe 1 or 2 an inning. It's not going to waste too much time. Nice pitch. Georgia looks like she's kicking herself that she didn't have a big daddy hack at that one, but I'm sure another one will come her way and she'll have a crack.
That is a great call there, Lana. It's a Spacequake Sports special comment. Strike called on Georgia Hood. Just working the edges. Yep. just working around the edges, Michaela, and you throw anything down the middle and Georgia's going to make you pay. Low again.
Great pickup by Jess Maslin behind the plate. She's done quite well for Seacombe this year as well, and in a range of positions, but predominantly catching. But she's pretty nifty with a glove in the number 2 posse.
High for a ball. Yeah, the Seacombe Tigers are capable on the day of beating anyone, aren't they? They've got a couple of really good veterans in their lineup.
Absolutely.
Dunn, Peterson, Maslin, and some good youth coming through as well.
For sure. It's a tight comp.
Goes
good
after
hack.
this one. A ground ball to Taylor Chillingworth.
They're going to push for 2 home here.
Georgia King is
Great
the runner
slide.
coming from second. And Chelsea Robinson will get an extra base on the throw, as does Georgia Hood. So Ground ball turns into a 2-run shot for Georgia, and the Angels out to a 3-run lead.
That's as easy as it is sometimes to score a run. It's not about hitting home runs every time. Sometimes it can just be about putting it into play, making the fielders do some work. And that one, a bit of a unlucky bounce there for Taylor at shortstop. But, I mean, I'm sure she'll attack the next one and get an out.
Neve Adams, the hitter for the Angels, watches that one go through the lower part of the zone. I said we'd go through the Cobras defence, and we can do that now with, I might get you to comment on a couple of these as well as we go around the field.
I would love to.
In between the next pitch. Adams gets up for this one and fouls it. So Riley Moore at first base, Jess Neves at second, Taylor Chillingworth at shortstop, and Sarah Tonkin at third base. And in the outfield is Ruby DeBro, Maddie Cameron, and Courtney Shepherd. We've already mentioned the battery, Michaela Yankovic and Jess Maslin. Who's the standout for you in that team? And then who's the young gun to watch?
Oofed. This is a tough one. They've got a lot of talent in this team.
Adams gets under this one. It's a high ball. Centre field gets under it. Maddie Cameron holds up on the throw a little bit, so it goes a bit wild. So a sacrifice fly. That is the first out for Neve Adams. Georgia Hood advancing to third, and Chelsea Robinson scoring.
That's a great catch by Maddie Cameron at centre field. Now, she's probably one of the players I was going to point out, an Australian representative, but she's also, for any young outfielders watching, or any people that need to catch a fly ball, really, which is anybody, Maddie tracks the ball really well and starts by blocking the sun with her hand so she can make a nice catch right underneath the ball. So good tip there for anyone watching. But, yes, Maddie's a good one to watch for. Sarah Tonkin, dynamite with the bat. Young ones to watch for, definitely Taylor Chillingsworth, I think, at shortstop. She's been electric in the normal club comp, snagging quite a few hits. I think you got a stat on her the other week about how much she's been on base.
She's leading the Port Adelaide side for hits in the season. Not bad considering the reigning Cathcart medalist is in that lineup too. You're
not wrong. But yeah, she's definitely a young one to watch out for. But they've got a lot of youth, the Cobras team, and I think it's a good opportunity to learn from some of the older players.
Cara Schultz up to bat for the Angels. Has a big cut at that one.
Big cut.
Fouls
That's what
off.
we like to see. And you did encourage that at the start of the tournament, James, to have some big cuts, make some exciting things happen.
Yeah, the shorter format of the game really gives us an opportunity. Have a look at the leading team's replay here. The foul tip, fouled straight into the face mask of catcher Jess Maslin. Gee, it put her on her heels, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that's happened to her twice, actually. Unlucky, but it's the day in the life of a catcher, you would know.
Swinging a miss. A great out for Yankovic. And
very handy out.
2 outs now. You mentioned the chat before the tournament. The shorter version of the game really gives us an opportunity to extend the opportunities that each player has, and knowing your limits as well. You only know your limits if you test them. So we really did encourage these players to go for it, have big swings, take on the runner with a strong throw, take on the fielders by trying to take an extra base. And that really shows off the great skills that we have in this game.
I agree. Speaking of big swings, Steph Trzynski just had a huge one. Not unlike her in normal club game attire. She loves to have a big cut.
Ground to third base.
Sure, out there with Sarah Tonkin. Beautiful field, great arm, little pocket rocket.
5-3 for those scoring at home for the third out. So although the Angels got off to a pretty sharp start with a walk, a nice shot from Georgia Hood, which forced an error and a sacrifice fly, putting 4 on the board, it was 3 outs in a row, so the Cobras settled.
It was good to see, actually. It can be tough to get out of mini slumps, I guess, when people start getting hits on hits. But no, it's good to see them just back each other up, make some good outs, and there was lots of communication there, which is always excellent to see.
Well, one of our co-commentators who can't make it tonight, Mark Cramp, he'll be back next week. I'm sure he'll be watching. Has mentioned before that 4 runs an inning's about par. If you're not scoring those 4 runs an inning, you're really making it hard for yourself. And if we have a look at the results from weeks 1 and 2, 12 runs, that's 4 runs an inning, would probably get you a win in every game, except 1, where
Yep.
where the Cobras beat the Thunder in Game 6, so the third game of Week 2, 14-13. So it was a really tight clash. So 4 runs an inning, it's going to get you a win.
Absolutely. And it's always good to just put the ball into play, have a crack. As you said, it's these games where it is a bit of fun. We are obviously all trying to be competitive, but it is a bit of fun trying to have probably maybe some more risky cuts than you would on an average Saturday game that your coach might growl at you for. So, no, it's a good format. And starting off the Cobras strong is Maddie Cameron, previously mentioned by myself. So
Well, have a look at her in the batter's box as well. She's kicking that dirt out, and it's the mound of dirt that is created in front of that home plate area is affectionately known by the grounds crew as Maddie's mound for that reason. She's just come in there. The work that's gone into repairing that diamond over the last 2 weeks shut down, and she's just gone in there to dig it out. Look at her. She's kicking that dirt
she's not
into
the
Maddie's
only
mound.
gardener. She's not the only gardener, I would say, in the batter's box, although I love that they're focusing on it, which is fantastic. But no, I think it's a part of her routine, which is important to have as a batter.
We might have to put some concrete in there like they do at Blacktown.
Oh, I'd rather you didn't. Sliding home on concrete's not as fun as it sounds.
Maddie Cameron for the West Beach Community Bank Cobras. Up to bat, can tie the game with 1 swing.
3-0. She's laid off some actually, and a pretty quick pitch coming in from Georgia Hood with 94 Ks an hour there. She zinged that one in, obviously trying to get Maddie on a big swing, but
That's
she
pretty
was
good after 2 weeks off as well.
I think so. I think Georgia's pretty keen to get back out there.
High for a ball, and just like it happened for the Angels, a walk to start the batting inning, and a run will score.
Another big hitter coming up. Another big hitter coming up in Jess Maslin. One of the leading hitters for the Seacombe Tigers in normal club play. Can swing a bat a long way, and she does play baseball in the Australian squad for baseball, I believe. And so she's pretty nifty on a low ball. I personally wouldn't be pitching her low, but I think she'd be pretty keen to put one out today, James.
So watch Georgia Hood get that one in, and Maslin goes opposite side, which will bring in another run. The throw comes in pretty quickly. It's hard to score from second on a ground ball with the fence in close. We'll run down play. We'll have Neves. Wasn't her fault, was it? Maddie Cameron tried to take an extra base on that outfield shot, but like I was saying, the fences are in too close. And just like that, the right fielder, which is for the Angels, Poppy Carmen, got that ball in quick, smart, and they were able to get the trap play.
Yeah, I think that's a difficult one when you're in normal gameplay. You think a shot like that, which was fantastic, is probably maybe even going to hit a gap. 2 runs potentially should have scored, but yeah, it's a bit hard. It's what you get used to when you're playing with people you don't play with on a Saturday and how they base run. So bit of a mix up there, but I'm sure the Cobras will recover on the bases.
That was the first out. Tonkin fouls this one off. We saw her have a very long turn at bat early on in this fully loaded competition, and then the very next turn at bat, she'd obviously seen a lot of pitches, went deep, hit a long ball. So dangerous top of the order for the Cobras, isn't it, with Cameron, Maslin, Tonkin?
Nasty. Yeah, it's not a fielding team's dream, that's for sure.
Just off the end of the bat, it's going to fall in the gap. Trzynski, who's at centre field, will come in and field it off the edge of the dirt. So just to the right-hand side of second base, Ruby Fidge, just out of reach. So a single, an RBI single for Sarah Tonkin.
Yeah, it suddenly changes the dynamic of the game pretty quickly. It's now a 4-3 game with 1 out. So another batter, Riley Moore, looking probably to score another run. Sarah's going to get to second base quite comfortably on a delayed steal that wasn't chosen to be picked off. So runners in scoring position for both of them.
Yeah, Riley Moore has come on of late with the Walkerville Cats as both a pitcher and a hitter. Swing and a miss on this one, but so we'll watch with interest as Moore progresses through her young career, playing first base in this game. So we'll likely see her in the stripe a little later.
I think, yeah, she'll probably be in the circle potentially against us, the Mighty Thunder.
Foul ball, just back towards our general direction.
I'm glad the fence is here.
Yeah, it looks like the sun's playing a little bit of havoc here for the fielders. Normally, the sun's all right until about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So shining bright, no cloud in the sky here. Perfect weather at West Beach.
It's a lot nicer than the last few weeks we played were a lot chilly. Put it in.
Just held up on the swing a little bit there. So communication with the outfield. Trzynski takes a catch and gets it in a hurry. Maslin doesn't take on the arm. And she's calling for a catcher speed up. The catcher speed up rule's in fully loaded. You can replace the catcher at any time as well. But just so she can get in and get changed and ready to go. It's a quick turnaround between innings. Maddie Cameron will be the courtesy runner.
Put some speed on those long legs on third base.
Ruby DeBro is the hitter for the Cobras. Some of the young talent that you were talking about earlier, Lana.
Absolutely. Oh, and young talent indeed, having a crack at a 101 km/h pitch, which is brave to say the least. I'd be scared myself coming up against Georgia pitching that heat. So good hack. Oof.
Yeah, she's touching those three figures, isn't she? She's really settled in. It's only the first inning back. So good signs for her club team, the Hills Heat.
I'm hoping she'll drop off a couple Ks next game.
This one off the back.
Maddie's coming home strong. Lovely.
Well, I was expecting her to slide then, but maybe she realised that the hill that she's created there is a bit tough to negotiate.
I think she just thought, wow, I'm so fast. I don't even need to slide.
Well, tying up the game as Maddie Cameron crosses the plate on behalf of Jess Maslin, of course, in the catcher speed-up role. Another run's going to score, and the lead for the Cobras. So Cobras sitting in second place at the moment, and the results tonight are going to determine next week's draw. Next week is the finals for Fully Loaded, where the first place team will go straight through to the grand final, and the teams that finish second and third will play off in the first game of the night next week for the right to play against the team that finishes the minor premier, I guess you could say.
Very crucial games tonight. Now, Ruby DeBro is having a fantastic at-bat. Something that is always positive to see is on 2 strikes, batters making an adjustment so they can put the ball into play, and she's shortened up and she's going in for a slap to push something into play, which is fantastic.
Fouling this one off and staying alive in the count.
Great at-bat. Just got to stay alive, one pitch at a time.
That's it, and her role this turn at bat with no runners on base is to get on, to keep that ball rolling for the Cobras. They've got a couple of good batters coming up in Courtney Shepherd and Taylor Chillingworth.
Great eyes. It's quite easy to get caught up in an at-bat and just swing at something you later regret. So she's doing very well in the box. This is the be-all, end-all. We're on full count, so we'll see what happens in this next pitch. Fouled off again, right side of the diamond. She's really hanging in. It's fantastic to see. That's what a short handle on the grip does. Allows you to punch a quick pitch.
Yeah, a bit more of a controlled swing. Getting the ball into plays better than going down swinging.
Absolutely. Great at bat.
Robinson moves up the middle to field this one and takes that momentum that she's created to fire that throw across to first base Sophie Roberts for the third out. So Cobras respond in the first inning with 5 of their own. So the Angels with a little bit of work ahead of them as they trail 5 runs to 4.
It's the beauty of a quick game, though. You only get a couple more at-bats. You've got to do something with it. So we've got to say just get in there, trust the process, and get the job done.
I was just checking the scorecard to see where I'd missed my run. I'd only had 4 for the Cobras, but Sarah Tonkin crossed the plate for the 5th run.
So Sophie Roberts is coming up to be the first batter for the Angels, with Neve Adams on third, Cara Schultz, on second, and Steph Trzynski on first base.
Handy to have Sophie Roberts up to bat with loaded bases. She was one of the leaders in the Adelaide competition for RBIs last year, the Premier League.
Another multi-faceted sporter as well. She's quite good at cricket. So we've got lots of talent outside of the softball realm having a crack tonight. So she is going to, again, have a good crack at rocketing that ball to a gap, I think.
There's a couple of soccer players out there as well. You mentioned baseball already.
Yeah, I think. Oh, foul ball. Yes, the
ice hockey.
Ice hockey. Yeah, we can't forget ice hockey. The ice hockey fans would be disappointed that we didn't mention Sarah Tonkin. But no, and Rachel. Yeah, but anyway.
And so does David. That's the point he was trying to make.
Right.
Thank you to David Muggleton.
Mr. Spacequake just needed to top up the commentary there. But
they call him the dentist, I believe. He's the enforcer.
Oh boy.
At ice hockey. Anyway, back to the action. It is Yankovic still pitching for the Cobras, so this will be her second and final inning of this game. Pitching with great pitch to get that out.
Good high pitch out of the zone. Unlucky for Roberts there. She wanted to get a big hit then, I reckon, but doesn't always pay off for us, sadly.
Well, the Angels didn't have a great week in the last round. They were kept to 1 run by the Thunder in an 8-1 loss, and then only scored 4 in an 18-4 defeat against the Cobras. So they were sitting top after round 1, and next thing you know, at the completion of round 2, they're sitting bottom.
It's as quick as that. Ruby Fidge in the batting box at the moment, having a couple of cuts. I think it's probably time. I think that what the people are yelling at is just to stay nice and controlled and punch it into play.
That's a better one to go for. A ground ball to Neves, who looked at home but decided better of it. Let's get the force out at first base for the second out. So 1 run will cross the plate, but that only ties up the score, and Cobras have got that advantage of batting last.
Yeah, still scores a run. That's the thing. This is why this format's great. You put something into play, more often than not, teams want to get an out rather than save a run because they know it's quite easy to score one. So you get an infield RBI. Poppy Carmen in the batter's box. Another young superstar coming up through the ranks. Good cut. Michaela is pitching very well.
Yeah.
She's having an excellent game.
It's good signs for the Port Adelaide Softball Club, where she plays, has gone to the pitching circle a couple of times so far in this season for their A-grade team, including a big win against Sturt. Sturt's only defeat, and it was at the hands of Yankovic.
Yeah, I think she's pretty good at mixing pace up, so I hear along the grapevine, so it's going to be definitely handy for their future.
High for a ball.
Oh, I just can't get over this weather. I'm sorry. It's beautiful. It's beautiful out at West Beach tonight.
We deserve it after the circuit breaker, after the couple of weeks that we've had off.
I agree.
Great shot from Carmen. This one goes to Cameron at centre field. Trzynski takes on the arm and is going to fall short. You did not take on the arm of Maddie Cameron for the third out, but
Fantastic
1 run did
throw.
score off that Poppy Carmen single.
Fantastic throw from Maddie Cameron from centre field. We're going to see a nice replay here. Shame, because that was a fantastic hit. Would have been nice to keep that rally going.
Well, Trzynski didn't break stride. She turned. Let's have a look at this angle here. She turns third to take it on. Cameron just came up firing, and even though it was a little bit off of the plate, Maslin was in a very good spot to take it and make the tag. So Trzynski falls short. 1 run is scored off the hit. So Angels will take a 1 run lead going into the bottom half of the second inning. Great throw from Cameron.
It is a laser. I think lots of people know probably not to take that on. I would, Steph being a fellow Eagle, I'd be a little disappointed if she tried to take that on in a normal club game. So I'll have to have a word to her.
Well, we do encourage, we did encourage everyone to take on the outfielders, but she'll definitely think twice about taking on Maddie.
She might be an exception if she's shallow.
Very special thanks to all our broadcast partners as well for bringing us the action, leading teams in Emmsee Sportswear. We'll speak to someone from Emmsee Sportswear a little later on. They're our third franchise owner that we will feature. And Lana, you're playing for the Emmsee Thunder as well, so
yes.
Sure you're appreciative of their support.
Always appreciative. Good local South Australian business like all our sponsors, and it's just fantastic having them on board again this year.
Back to the action. This is Courtney Shepherd from the Glenelg Rebels Softball Club up to bat. She is playing for the Cobras and has been thoroughly enjoying her time. She's been quite a handy player for the team, both offensively and defensively, and looking to get her team off to a positive start here in the bottom of the second inning as they chase down a 1-run deficit.
No, it's a very tight game. That's why it's great. It's always tight. It's always interesting. So we'll see how quick Georgia's pitch comes in this. 99. Another good cut. Unlucky there. She had 2 great foul balls, Courtney, but just got done on a foul tip there to Neve Adams behind the plate.
So good calling from Adams. So Adams and Hood working pretty well together. Might be the first time that they've ever been a battery, actually.
Probably, yeah. They just miss each other's age groups, I think. So it'll be pretty fun, I think, to work with both a young, fantastic up-and-comer and Georgia Hood, who's been around a couple Aussie teams herself. So it's probably a nice little battery combo, I think.
Maybe a couple of 10-year players for the Stars, you reckon?
Oh, I would hope so. I would hope so.
So would I. Let's have a look at the tactics, Lana. We've seen a strikeout to start this inning, so the bases are still loaded. When you've got a young player up, do you consider maybe shifting the field, or the likes of Maddie Cameron? You know she's going to try and pull the ball every time, so stack up that left side.
Yeah, I think in the next coming weeks, next week's a finals round. Chillingworth walked there for a run across the plate. It's a good at bat. Sarah Tonkin scoring. I hope a couple coaches try and mix a few things up, a couple weird and wacky strategies in place. But I think it just depends on the pitch that comes across the plate, because you could pull a shift and it might not go where you want it to, sadly. So.
Well, best time to try it when it really doesn't mean anything, does it? I mean, you could put a competitor in any game and they want to win, but wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity to try something?
Do you know what? Something might come out in the next game, James. We'll just have to see.
All right. That's what I wanted to hear.
What I want to know though is, what are the two teams playing home run celebrations, and have they mixed them up, and will we see one this game?
Well, the home runs are such a feature of the short format of the game, because that fence is so reachable for, I would say, every batter in every lineup in this competition, as this one's fouled off. And Yankovic staying alive in the count this time. So these young batters are really doing very well to stay alive in the count, getting to see some extra pitches. Who's most likely to hit a home run in the Cobras lineup?
Cobras lineup. Oh, there are a couple dark horses in the Cobras lineup, but you can't go past.
Ground ball to home, and then a double play from Adams. So Schultz throws home to Neve Adams across to first base. Sophie Roberts for the 5-2-3 double play.
Big call from Steve Wallace-Yarrow at first base as well. I think he really wanted that. It was a great stretch. Great play. That's what we want to see, a couple double outs, I reckon.
We've got a tied game after 2. It's 6-all. What a great play from the CPC Angels. Fantastic vision as well, thanks to Spacequake Sports. And Spacequake Sports will continue to bring all the live action of the fully loaded competition and Premier League. Lana, we're going to say goodbye to you so you can go and warm up.
Yeah, well, now that there's only one inning left, I better actually go warm my arm up, otherwise it might be a bit dusty. So
no worries. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'll get you to take it
anytime,
easy.
James.
When you take the headphones off and place them down on the desk, as we are in a tied game after 2 innings and head to the top of the 3rd innings. Lana Kaiser, gee, what a natural. She'll have to come back to the commentary another time, I think. So back to the top of the 3rd, we see Angels hitter Goes deep to Maddie Cameron. She's on her heels, and the Angels do not take her on this occasion. Georgia King, the batter for the Angels, put one deep to centre field. Any other game, you would probably say sacrifice fly opportunity, but runner on third, Sophie Roberts wanted none of that after the last out of the second inning. It was a great throw from Maddie Cameron. Jade Peterson is the new pitcher for the Cobras, throwing to the game's original leadoff, Chelsea Robinson. Pitching change is Yankovic will come out, Peterson in, and pretty handy combo that the Cobras have got now with the Seagam Tigers battery. So far so good with one out. This one is popped up, and Riley Moore is called in from the whole entire infield for the catch and the second out. So Cobra's defense holding up with 2 fly balls. The game's still tied, so it's all in the Cobras' court at the moment. They have got control of this game. They just have to make this third out. And it's Georgia Hood up to bat. Goes after the first one. It is in foul territory and just out of reach of both Moore and Maslin. Angels desperate for a win after losing both their games in week 2. This lady here, Jade Peterson, came in week 2 of the competition to replace some unavailable players. Crushes this one. It's a change-up and a grand slam home run from Georgia Hood. 4 runs to cross the plate. We'll have a look at the Angels' celebration as Georgia Hood turns and rounds second. Geez, it was a laser beam. It was a pretty flat shot that cruised over the fence without any problems. Let's have a look at the celebration. A halo for the Angels hitter, Georgia Hood. And didn't she love the camera then as well? She gave us a smile. 4-run shot. And the Angels now in control. It's a 10-run to 6 lead. Bases are now empty, so Neve Adams to continue the role for the Angels. High for a ball. Had a good, pretty impressive first turn at bat with a sacrifice fly that scored a run in the first inning. Neve Adams fouls that one off. There's 2 out. It is the top of the third inning. As she gets jammed up a little, and Jess Neves doesn't read it great off the bat, but had enough time to correct herself. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay. Just off the end of the handle there from Neve Adams, and Neves with a good catch. So 4 batters, 3 little pop-ups, but it was a line drive laser beam from Georgia Hood that scored 4. And that is the lead that the CPC Angels have over the West Beach Community Bank Cobras. Let's have a look at the Angels' defensive lineup. Poppy Carmen's going to come in for a pitch. Georgia Hood is warming up with Steph Drzezinski, so she just in a straight swap will go out to right field. Sophie Roberts at first, Ruby Fidge at second, Chelsea Robinson at shortstop, and Cara Schultz at third base. Outfielders for the Angels, Georgia King at left field with Steph Drzezinski at centre, and Georgia Hood has moved from pitcher to right field for this third inning. Neve Adams was the last out and catching this inning, so hence this slight delay. Neves will be the first batter for the bottom half of the third inning. Game 1, week 3, fully loaded softball action. If you're just joining us, it was tied going into the third inning, and Georgia Hood has hit a rocket that didn't really go over head height, but it cleared the fence easily. And a 4-run shot. Carmen fires that one in there for a called strike. So ahead of the count, 2-0. Pop up. Cara Schultz will take a catch in foul territory for the first out. So Neves, who's batting 9, foul fly to third base for the first out. Maddie Cameron, can she get her team back in the game? Crushes this one. It's high out to centre field. Runner tagging up in third is Courtney Shepherd. The throw comes home. Great throw from Steph Trzynski. Great slide from Courtney Shepherd. Evades the tag of Neve Adams. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay. Great catch from Steph Trzynski. That's the second out. She throws home for the third and under the tag. Great call from plate umpire Neville Lawrence. And Courtney Shepherd's desperation keeps the Cobras in the game and is one swing away from tying this game now. And Jess Maslin up to bat for the Angels. So sacrifice fly to Maddie Cameron and a great catch from Steph Trzynski out at centre field and a real good throw as well. Change up from Carmen. Angels 1 out away from a win. The margin is 4. So that is actually going to, in effect, as we just check the live ladder, 4-run margin will still earn the Cobras a point and give them a chance to still finish top if they can have a good win against the Thunder. 2 outs and Ruby Fidge will take the catch to win the game for the Angels. You just heard centre fielder Steph Trzynski just mention, well done, girls, we've just won the game. There wasn't too much excitement. But that is the third out. That does end the first game. So congratulations to the CPC Angels, back on the winners list as they win the game 10-6 over the Cobras. 3 points for winning the game and 1 point to the Cobras for the loss by losing by less than 5. So the live ladder will see the Cobras move to 10 points, the Angels up to 9 points, and the Thunder on 11. So the table sits 11, 10, 9. The top team after tonight's games will go straight through to next week's grand final. We will take a short break as we wait for this sun to disappear, and we will wait for the lineups and the officials for game 2. So don't go too far away. Have a quick break and come back and see us right here for more live softball action. Fully loaded softball week 3 in just a moment. Well, welcome back. We're here for a very special presentation, and that is to present the franchise owners of the Emmsee Sportswear Thunder, Grant and Ros McGarren, with their fully loaded jersey. So thank you so much for your commitment and your support for Fully Loaded and for Softball SA. You can see the Emmsee Sportswear Thunder right there. Thank you, Ros. We'll take that. And thank you to Grant. Really appreciate it, guys. Grant's going to join us at the commentary when we come back with live softball action.
Hello, welcome to Spacequake. It's Spacequake David here. We have behind us right now, I'm going to try and do the 9 News. Behind us we have the energy board, which is the cause of the issue here. Basically, the additional delay is due to the lights of the softball pitch not coming on. We have the emergency team behind us desperately trying to fix the problem, but for the moment, no lights means a continued delay of game. We will give you updates when we can. Hopefully more fully loaded softball to come, but for now, lights are out. Back to you. As the sun sets at West Beach, the sun has not yet set on this round of fully loaded softball. We have identified the location of the fault. It is over on that side there, and we are now working on it post-haste to try and get these lights on in time to finish this final round of the fully loaded softball. Still hanging in there, more updates to come. Exciting times here at West Beach. We have lights. Now I'm going to chase down a quick interview. They're all running away from me. Jordan Lambert, how do you feel about the lights return? We'll have some fully loaded action for you shortly.
Well, we're back after a bit of a short delay. We found the power switch. Done some electrical work in our couple of weeks off of fully loaded action. It's James Harris here, and joining me in guest commentary is from the CPC Angels, Chelsea Robinson, and from the Emmsee Sportswear Thunder is franchise owner Grant McCarran. Hello and welcome.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Oh, a bit of excitement there for those that are here watching live. We didn't have any lights there for a little while, so that's why the extended break between games. We've got the Emmsee Thunder and the West Beach Community Bank Cobras about to get underway. Chelsea, congratulations. You had a win in game one tonight, 10-6, and that really put you back into contention for that coveted top spot to take you straight through to the final for next week's Fully Loaded. Well done on your big game.
Thanks. Yeah, it was pretty close in the end, so I think we just held them. It's a bit different with this game because you're up by 5 runs, which seems like a lot, but that can only be 1 or 2 hits. So it was good that we held them, and the girls did really well.
And Grant, you've been a massive supporter of Softball SA for, well, I'd say well over 20 years. You might have a better knowledge of how long exactly, but you know, you just keep coming back, and you supported this event for the last 2 years, or the first 2 years. Why do you want to be involved?
Oh, I think to be involved with Fully Loaded, it's just a fun, exciting game, and it's plenty of action, and that's what we all want to see.
Absolutely.
We want to see good softball, we want to see good hitting, we want to see fast action, and that's the reason why we want to be here.
Non-stop softball action, Fully Loaded softball. Chelsea, you've been able to play in a couple of different formats. So this is SummerSlam, Softball Australia's event, as well as the Softball SA. Let's have a look at the action. The play is to Courtney Shepherd at third base. That was Belinda White leading off for the Thunder, and she goes after the first pitch.
Yeah, that's rare for her, going after the first pitch. It's a bit exciting.
So we'll score that as a fielder's choice. She will arrive safely to first. Surprised that Courtney Shepherd didn't play her base and then maybe home. It's a fast-paced game, so you've got to take every chance you can get.
Yeah, and she was standing behind the base too, so I'm not sure if that was part of her plan. Maybe in her mind to actually touch the base, but once she got the ball, got ahead of herself and maybe went straight to home.
Lana Kaiser, the new hitter for the Thunder. She joined us in commentary earlier in the evening. Grant, back to you. You also supply the uniforms as well, so they look terrific, the tops this year, so well done to Roz and the team.
Yeah, the team have done very well this year, and with COVID and all the excitement it's been with COVID, that we eventually got there in the end, and I think everyone seems to be fairly happy, and the new Bendigo Community Bank team look pretty smart too.
Yeah, like the maroon, actually told to call it plum, the colour of their uniform. So, yeah, they look sharp. The Angels got a new sponsor as Lana Kaiser crushes this to centre field. Amber Hood will score, and we've got a mix-up around the diamond. This happened in the game earlier as Belinda White's in a rundown. Lana Kaiser moved across to second. Mackenzie Weedle scores. Belinda White will be safe. Will turn for home, and she's caught out again. She's really tried to take on the field tonight. 2 runs across the plate on the Lana Kaiser single. 3 runs for the game for the Thunder. Jeez, it's non-stop action here. No, the run didn't score in the first play either, so it's 2 runs to the Thunder. Guys, get me out of this trouble. What did you see there, Chelsea?
I think it's just aggressive base running. Bell was always going to go those 2 bases, but just got a bit caught up and then realised the other runner at third hadn't actually gone anywhere. So it was interesting that they just went for Bell to get the out instead of getting that out at home, though.
Yep, so
they just went for that 1 out.
Trying to put a second out on the board. Lambert tries a running bunt. It was a little bit outside the zone. I'll call her Lambert when she doesn't do it right, but it's Jordan Harris up to bat for the Thunder. 2 runs scored.
Yeah, maybe if it goes over, it's Jordan Harris.
High for a ball. We'll get to you in a moment, grunt because we need to go around the diamond as well just to introduce the Cobras defensive lineup. So in between batters, we might do that as well as Lambert watches that one high. It is Jade Peterson pitching to Sarah Tonkin. Over at first base is Michaela Yankovic. At second base, Hayley Benithan. She didn't play in the earlier game. Maddie Cameron's moved to shortstop. Lambert, Harris fouls that one off. Courtney Shepherd at third base, and in the outfield is Jess Neves, Abby Jorgensen and Zoe Benedictson. So wholesale changes for the Cobras from their first game earlier tonight.
Tutu? Do we know the reason?
Who's wearing a tutu?
Jess Neves.
Out at left field, we see Neves in a tutu. We might get the
Need the
cameras
background.
to have a look at that. Lambert low for a ball, and after a couple of early swings in that turn at bat, she'll get herself a walk. So we've seen Belinda White, Lana Kaiser and Jordan Harris. This brings up Bianca Ramsey now. She's had a couple of big home runs in the season so far, Ramsey. So you'll be happy with that, Grant? Your Thunder players in form? Your teammate at Walkerville as well, Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah.
Thunder means thunder, mate, and
That's it.
you play with thunder, what do you get?
As Peterson into a motion and big swing as Harris takes off for second, watches the ball fly past. Heard a grunt from Sarah Tonkin as she threw that. The two pivot players were caught looking at each other. Who's going to take that one? They both share a smile over there. So another run will cross the plate, and Harris moved into scoring position. Still just the one out. Low for a ball. And Grant, the shorter format of the game, it's fair to say you've been around for a while. Is the shorter format exciting for you? Do you enjoy watching a different sort of style of game?
Yeah, I think the shorter form attracts people, interest, action, and all that sort of stuff. And, you just look at the other sports around the nation, the short form of the game is attracting people.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's what we need to do.
Yeah, even the basketball 3-on-3 is going to be an Olympic sport at Tokyo as Bianca Ramsey goes down swinging. Only had one out.
No, we had the run down and the tag at home. Oh no, that was the same play.
Same player. The force out at home.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I've only got one out, two out.
And
Oh,
then
well.
that strikeout.
Yeah, strikeout for the second out because Jordan Harris got there on a walk. Lana Kaiser was safe with a single. Belinda White tagged at home.
Yeah.
Belinda White was tagged at home, and it was her fielder's choice, which was a force out at home for the third out. Gee, this game moves so quick. It's so hard to keep up. So my apologies, everyone watching at home. So we've got Grant McCarran, owner-operator at Emmsee Sportswear. And Grant, we've presented you with a shirt that you made. Well, will that find a place in the showroom down at Port Road?
Most certainly. And it was made for the co-owner as well. And she said she'd wear it with pride.
Oh, terrific.
And but at the end of the day, it'll finish up in a frame somewhere and be hiding in the shop.
And where can we find MC Sportswear for those in and around the Adelaide area? It's a specialist store. It's softball, baseball, bit of dance as well. Sporting uniforms. Where can we find you?
Yeah, look, Port Road, well known. Aim for the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, and you're not far away from MC Sports. We're at 779A Port Road, Woodville, on the up track going in towards the city. So that's where we are, and if you ever want a good-looking uniform that fits and all that sort of stuff, as good as the MC Thunder's uniforms, well, you know where to come.
Absolutely. Well said, Grant. And Chelsea, I'm sure you would have spent a little bit of money at that store as well. It's,
Yes, I have.
the runner's going to try to
But always
score
good
from
service,
third.
so it's worth it.
Shepherd will cross the plate safely. Millie Fidge is pitching for the Thunder, and Belinda White catching. Yeah, it's a great place to get all your softball, baseball, and dance gear, equipment, and if they don't have it, Well, I'd be surprised. Very well stocked shop front, and Jess Maslin up to bat is fouling that one off. Jess Maslin, I'm sure, comes shopping very regularly at Emmsee, both for her baseball and her softball gear. She's up to bat with the tinsel in the hair. It's a bit of a Christmas theme that the Cobras are going with. I see head coach Andy Collett there has got the same tinsel ponytail. Rick Mead doesn't have the tinsel in the back of his hat. Maslin smashes this one to centre field.
She's going to go home.
Jorgensen crosses the plate, and as does Benedictson. So another couple of runs for the Cobras, and 3 will cross the plate from the first batter. So runner on 1, there's none out. 3 runs have crossed the plate, and the Cobras tied up with the Thunder. It's interesting if we have a look at the live ladder. It's 1 point the difference between the Thunder and the Cobras. You get a point for losing by less than 5 runs, and you get 3 points for a win in that. But then if you win by 5 or more, you get the full 4 points. And then the winning margin, as the winning margin increases, so do your ladder points. 10 runs to 14 runs, 5 points. 15 to 19 runs, 6 points. And 20 plus is 7 points. Top spot after the end of games tonight will go straight through to the grand final. Chelsea, do you think it's an advantage to finish top and go straight into the grand final, or would you prefer to do a warm-up game and then go in with a bit of momentum in the final, should you win?
No, I think it would be good to get that one game, although in saying that, it is only 3 innings, so you know, you kind of want to make the most of those at-bats and maybe just a longer warm-up in. But yeah, I reckon finishing top gives you that confidence and get that win on the board.
As we look at the leading team's replay, we can see that Sarah Tonkin hit just off the end of the bat has just gone over the head of first base player Charlie Callahan for a safe hit. Change up from Fidge to Maddie Cameron as she laughs that change up off. So a bit of a joke shared between the batter and the catcher, teammates at club and state and national level. Maddie Cameron and Belinda White, good friends. They were housemates there for a short while as well.
Yeah, they were. I think Belle was just really happy Maddie didn't swing at that change.
Fidge firing in at 98 Ks. We saw Georgia Hood around the 100 K an hour in the first game. So not far off the triple digits here for Fidge. Great
Nice
change
pitch.
of pace. Catches Cameron swinging. So Angel's still not out of it though. I was just saying,
Yeah.
Chelsea just a couple of points behind. Cameron half swings at this one. Looks like it's got a good chance, and it does. It goes over the fence. A check swing. She swung within herself there to make connection, and it goes over the fence for a 3-run home run. Let's have a look at the Cobras home run celebration, the snake charmer. And Maddie Cameron puts the 6th run across the plate in just the first inning.
Good choreography there. That was really in time.
Have you seen it before?
I think they've had some practice because the first one was a bit out of time. Yeah.
First week, the Cobra celebration was pretty poor. But that one looks like it's straight out of a movie from Dodgeball. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Very
Looks good.
well rehearsed. Neves without the 2-2 up to bat. 6 runs for the Cobras. There's none out as well. We've seen Maslin, Tonkin and Cameron all get aboard.
That'll make the ladder also a bit exciting, them chasing the Thunder.
Yeah, and a Cobras win makes things closer for you as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So Shepherd, Jorgensen, Benedictson all started on base and scored. And from the Cameron home run, Maslin, Tonkin and Maddie herself crossed the plate. So 6 runs without an out. So the Thunder, who was sitting top before we started this evening, just looking down the barrel a little bit. We'll go through their field in a moment. This one's popped up. Belle White gets under it, calls everyone out. no one came close to her. Normally for a
no.
pop-up, you see all the players converge. I think there's a bit of respect there.
Yeah, everyone knew that was Bells, I think.
As we go around the diamond, we can see that it is Millie Fitch pitching to Belinda White, Charlize Callahan at first, Amber Hood at second, Jordan Harris at shortstop, Lana Kaiser at third, and the outfielders Ramsey, Ween and Jordan Lee.
That's a big swing.
Hayley Benithan, not going to die wondering. She's taken all her opportunities because she didn't play the first game, as I mentioned earlier, but she's a star of this Cobras team. Another big cut. I guess there's no harm in having a big swing when you're up 3 runs at the bottom of the first.
And it's the game to do it.
Club teammate of yours as well.
Yeah.
Got a big game coming up this Saturday, the return
Happy
of the
to
Premier
be back.
League.
Yeah, so we'll be playing Sturt, I'm pretty sure.
Top of the table, Sturt Falcons. So good to get a good look at Millie before before the weekend.
Good angle here.
Just the young brigade throughout the whole entire competition have just stepped up this year. Haven't you noticed that?
Yeah, they really have. It's looking really good this season. I think anything can happen. And yeah, it's just trying to play one game at a time at this moment.
Spoken like a true pro, Chelsea. It's the race for the final is going to be intriguing. I would say that all 6 teams in the competition have a chance of at least making the finals. And then the race for the double chance, the top 2 spots, will also be very interesting, where I'd say, 4 or 5 of the teams could make it to the top 2 positions. So we'll see and we'll watch with interest. Hayley Benithan, base on balls. Grant, let's go back to you. We talk traditionalists in sport. A lot of cricket traditionalists still like the test matches, but the one-dayers were so popular through the 80s, 90s and early 2000s. Now T20 cricket's come in. Do you think that this is just the evolution of sport and you're happy to see it? Or do you like going back to the 7-inning game, the pitching duels that we see in, 1-0 game or 1-all games? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I think the older generation are the traditionalists of it, and yes, they do like the longer game, but not all the time. And I think the issue is that these days time is limited. We don't have as much time on our hands as we used to. So as a consequence, people want to get out and support sport, and I think the way they do it, they want to do it, is go and see the shorter game when it fits in with their timetable.
I think you've nailed it perfectly there. The shorter version of the game allows us to play on a midweek night, and we're not going to bed too late. We can still get up for work early the next morning, as Fidge will throw back-to-back walks and Yankovic will move over to first base. Benithan across to second. And this is Courtney Shepherd. She started the game at third base and has already crossed the plate. Grant, Christmas is coming up. I'm sure you're always a popular shop for parents to come and buy their young ones some new softball equipment. I'll get Mandy to the left of me giving us a nod over there. And any Christmas specials that those fans watching at home?
Yeah, I mean, it started already. Mums and dads are popping in already, buying that batting glove for little Johnny or little Mary, and, putting it in the stocking and getting ready for it. But, stock is still coming in. We have been caught in the COVID connection to some degree, but now I think it's been released out of the warehouses in Melbourne, and we're starting to see influx of the gear. The 2 large pallets arrived yesterday, so so
all
hoping
stocked and ready for Christmas.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have plenty there. So it was a bit worrying there for a while, but I think it's starting to change now, so we should be okay.
It's Courtney Shepherd on screen, fouling that one off, staying alive in the count. Chelsea, what's on your wish list for Christmas? An Eastern Ghost, maybe a new pair of New Balance
nice.
cleats?
I do need cleats, and I've actually asked for a med ball.
What do you got in stock for med balls?
Med balls, it might be a bit more fitness, but I do need new cleats if Mum and Dad are listening.
I'm I'm sure Craig's watching. He's one of our best followers, I think.
Yeah, no, he is a #1 softballer, well, softball fan.
Well, Grant, it's so good to have you here. You've given up your time also to join us in the commentary as well. Very much looking forward to the next time I come into the shop at 779A.
Port Road at Woodville.
Port Road, Woodville, to see the Emmsee Thunder shirt hanging proudly.
Yep.
I think it's important for the softball community to support the companies that support us, and you've been a great supporter of Softball SA for 20 plus years. As Shepherd grounds out to Millie Fitch for the second out, over 20, probably 30 years, more likely.
Closer to 20.
Closer to 20, but you've supported our state teams, you've supported the Softball SA organisation as well as our state championships as well, so we're looking forward to having you here over that weekend. As first pitch is going to land in. Brenathan crosses the plate. Yankovic heads for home. 8 runs in the first innings as Jorgensen will get a hit for the Cobras. So we're not done with you yet, Grant, but I hate to say it, but your team's now trailing by 5. They'll come back though. Surely you'd support a team that's scored 51 runs in 4 games to get back into it.
Put your money on the Thunder.
That's it. They were one of the hot teams last year as well, weren't they? They looked good going into finals, but we got a string of 40-degree days, so we never got to play finals. So they were red-hot favourites going in, I think.
Just had a missed opportunity there, I think. I don't think Charlie realised she ran to the base.
Did she?
To get the tag.
Right. So Thunder just maybe we'll give them a bit of a break. It's the first game back in over 2 weeks
Back
with
to
the circuit
softball
breaker. Yeah, yeah, I don't mind everyone having a bit of a warm up back into it. Swing and a miss there from Benedictson as Fidge is still around the 3 figures. That one just a bit under at 95 k's an hour. Ground ball to Callahan. She has time to recover and put a tag on.
That play still.
Yeah, good recovery. So, well, Grant, I do want to thank you so much for joining us. You are a massive part of the Softball SA community. So, everyone involved in and around softball in SA, I do encourage you to go and visit Grant and Roz at Emmsee Sportswear, Port Road at Woodville. That'll do it. You can stay if you like, but we do really appreciate you coming in and giving your time and supporting Fully Loaded and, of course, your team, the Emmsee Thunder.
Thanks for having us.
No worries whatsoever. Grant McCarron from Emmsee Sportswear has been a stalwart of the Softball SA community. So great to have him aboard for Fully Loaded yet again. Chelsea, we can't do it without the sponsors, can we?
No, we can't. It's great. Really appreciated.
Well, it was the Cobras that put 8 on the board, and they will lead at the top of the second inning. Millie Fidge to get things underway for the Thunder. She's got Kaysler and Harris. Infield flies called by the umpires. Matty Cameron will take a catch at short. It's often Lana Kaysler on third base.
Just having a bit of fun there.
Having a bit of fun, yeah. That Bianca Ramsey, the runner, on first base. So 3 runs to 8, top of the second. It's loaded bases for Jordan Lee. Yep, with Charlie's Callahan on deck. Jade Peterson going about her work. This is her 3rd inning of the night, 2nd of the game. So this will be it for Jade. She can still go in the field, but she just can't pitch anymore under our rules of Fully Loaded, just to give all the pitchers an opportunity. So we haven't seen Riley Moore yet for the Cobras. We've seen Yankovic pitching. So who do you think they'll go to next?
Yeah, I think they'll put Riley in, I reckon.
Big swing from Jordan Lee. She's been doing such a great job at Walkerville.
Yeah,
so
she
far
has.
This season,
yeah,
stepping up.
She really has, and she's stepped up as a person too and a player. So I'm really looking forward to keep working with her. It's really good. I guess that is one good thing about COVID is we are you know, forcing our juniors to step up, and yeah, she's really put in the hard work, and you can tell.
Charlize Callahan is the hitter for the Thunder. Another one of our star players under the age of 18 in the junior ranks, and it's so good to see them just stepping up and not even taking a backward step. You look at Jade Peterson's probably more than double Charlie's age. I'm sure she won't like me saying it, but you know, the experience that she's got, the talent. She's a premiership winning pitcher.
Looks like the ball's spinning really good tonight too.
Yeah, good night for a little bit of a breeze. Pitcher's delight, I think.
Yeah.
Callahan desperate to get this ball moving for the Thunder. Ground ball to third base. Courtney Shepherd's going to play home. Just beats out the runner, Lana Kaiser, for the third out. And so the Cobras blank the Thunder in the second.
Yeah, wow. That was
3 up, 3 down.
Good play for Sarah to adjust then. I think she assumed it was going to go to first base, and then all of a sudden it was at her. So she did well to get her foot at the base.
Yeah, great effort. So Thunder 3 in the first, none in the second. Similar to what happened to the Angels in week 2. Angels were blanked in 2 innings.
Yeah, week 2 was not our week. That was a night that I don't want to remember. A lot happened. The wind, it just wasn't our night. Nothing went our way that night. But I'm glad that the girls came out this week and got, you know, a win on the board, and hopefully we'll get another win the next game against the Thunder.
Well, a 5-run deficit, the Cobras have a chance to build on that. Let's say it stays at 5. That's a 4-point victory, which will put the Cobras on a live ladder on 14 points, which then puts you 5 points behind them. So you're going to need a big win against the Thunder. Should the scores remain as they are, you'll need to win by 10 runs.
Right.
And then it will come down to runs against.
Interesting. So we actually want them to at least score.
Probably you're after the Cobras to win by 4, I'd say.
Yeah.
Ground ball to Harris, plays second base. So chance of a double play, but Amber Hood looks like she got tangled in her glove there. So Maslin hits that one hard to shortstop. Force out at second, but a run did cross the plate, so that margin's now out to 6. I think I'm going to abandon my score sheet, Chelsea. It's just moving so quick.
There's a lot of numbers to keep up with.
I think it's Jorgensen moves across to third base, which means that Shepherd was the run that scored for the Cobras. Double play would be handy for the Thunder here because Maddie Cameron's on deck, although she'll get another chance in the third with loaded bases.
True,
so
yeah.
You pick your poison in this game of fully loaded softball.
It is interesting if you need to think about that. You don't really want her up to bat with loaded bases.
Belinda White
Yeah,
tries to
that's a
kick off.
great play.
Catches the runner napping at third and also at first as the runner just stayed put. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay. We'll have Belinda White had a...
Yeah,
it was a
great,
low
guys.
pitch as well. And Lana's appealing for the out like she's playing cricket. Had the arms out ready to go. So a walk for Sarah Tonkin as Millie Fidge will advance. Jess Maslin over to second. So Tonkin on first, Maslin on second for Maddie Cameron. So pretty good effort for the Thunder to get that runner. That reduces the risk of more runs crossing the plate, of course, and also the second out.
Yeah, I think that's really important in this game. Is you really just need to get the outs because you just want to score as low as possible. So I think there's been a few plays where they'll cut it and try to get the behind runner, which is quite smart. And just get those out so it reduces the runs crossing the plate.
I was just going to say, great throw from Belinda White. She's not showing any sign of aging, is she?
No, she's very inspirational. It's good to work with her all the time. So we actually practice those on Sunday, so I think she'll be very happy.
Cameron smashes this one straight past shortstop. Good job out at left field from Bianca Ramsey. She gets that one in as quickly as possible to reduce the damage, and no runs cross the plate on a great shot.
Yeah, she got that in nice and quick. That was good.
So back to loaded bases for Jess Neves. This is her second turn at bat. She was the first out for the Cobras. Their first turn up at bat. They put seven. They put eight on in the first inning. The score's now 9-3. So we'll just get that score updated. That one just gets away from Belinda White as Maslin slides in safely. It's now 10-3. And the Cobras are rolling. They blank the Thunder at the top half of this inning.
Good team batting too. It's just been some nice hits up the middle from Maddie. That was a good hard hit. Really making Millie work.
Yeah, Neves crushes that one. Well, Millie's, this is her second inning of work in this game, so it'll be her last inning. Who's warming up for the Thunder? Can you see who's warming up? Is that Harper Bridley, I think? Harper Bridley's warming up for the Thunder. They also have Munro. Amber Hood takes a hard bounce, has time to recover. Looked like it got away from her, but she stayed on it for the third out. So Thunder needed that one. It's a 7-run deficit as they go to the top of the third inning. Not only do they need to score 7 to tie the game, but they need to probably put some insurance runs as well if they want to win this game against the Cobras, or even pinch a run for a less than 4-run defeat.
It's a lot of numbers.
Oh man, it's just so much to take on in this game. Chelsea, looks like your team has moved on.
Ready to warm up.
So you better go and warm up, otherwise Mark Cramp will get mad, the CPC franchise owner. So we'll thank you for joining us, and all the very best for the second game and the final game of the night.
Thanks heaps, it's been fun. Thanks for having me.
Chelsea Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, joining us at the commentary desk. We miss our old mate Mark and Eric Bolnar. They'll both be back for fully loaded finals next week. Taylor Chillingworth actually got the nod to pitch for the Cobras. Just having a look around the diamond to see if there's any other changes made, but Taylor Chillingworth pitching to Sarah Tonkin. Amber Hood, the batter, not short of speed either. That one came in over 91 kilometres an hour, so Chillingworth just showing off that she's a bit of an all-rounder, a good shortstop. She's played in the outfield as she was learning her craft with Port Adelaide and entrusted into the infield. And of course, great with the bat as well, Taylor Chillingworth. So let's move our attention to Amber Hood for the Thunder. They really need to get a move on. High for a ball. So some patient turns of bat required here for the Thunder to see some pitches, find a gap. We've got a 3-1 count. And that was good patient batting from Amber Hood. Pretty close, but it's a called strike. So Hood and in the box, and on deck is Mackenzie Ween. Go for a ball, and the bases will walk. Melly Fidge will cross the plate for the Thunder's 4th run. Millie Fidge, Jordan Lee, Charlize Callahan, the base runners. The dangerous Belinda White on deck for the Thunder. Let's see Mackenzie Ween. It's her first game. Just gets away from the catcher. Sarah Tonkin slides in hard. Jordan Lee. Great action here at West Beach. Takes away the force, and a 2nd run for the Thunder. Gee, that got under the glove of Sarah Tonkin. She's so good at blocking the ball, but that one may have been out of reach to block. Well done from Jordan Lee. She came in hard there. 1 ball for Mackenzie Ween. against Taylor Chillingworth. Gets this one to the left side. Maddie Cameron in good position, but the throw goes wild from Tonkin, who has to chase the back net. Ween will cruise over to second base, and a run scores. So the Thunder's third run of the inning, and yet to register an out. Runners crossing the plate, Fidge, Lee and Callahan. Ember Hood's at third with Mackenzie Ween on second for Belinda White. Inside for a ball. Just shows you can't take these teams lightly, as all of a sudden the Thunder just feel like they're right back in it. Still trailing by 4. Again, over that 90k an hour for Chillingworth. Belinda White patiently watching that one for a ball. Belinda White, big swing on that one, so had a hitter's count, trying to impact the scoreline. Just calling over another guest commentator, one of the coaching staff of the Nairn Angels team, the CPC Angels, Bill Benedictson, watching on with interest as that one gets away from Tonkin again, and Amber Hood will cross the plate. Welcome, Bill.
Thanks, James. Thanks for having me.
You've just got your headphone turned the wrong way. There you go. That
now
might be a
I
bit
can
more
hear.
comfortable. Thunder right back in this. I saw you watching on with interest. You watching the players, or you got an interest in the score?
Both. We're a lot of girls that sort of keep eye on and watch how they play. Girls on the 16s. But we kind of predicted this was going to be one of the longest games in history after the longest delay to get to this game. So it's shaping up. Our prediction's right so far.
Yeah. Well, the circuit breaker. Yeah.
Yes.
The long break between games. You're talking about from week 2 to week 3, not the power outage.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Correct.
Power outage brought to you by SA Power Networks. Thanks for nothing. Let's go to Belinda White. Is just battling out here. She's seen a lot of pitches.
It's been a longer
fouled
bat.
few off. Just goes after a high one. Courtney Shepherd's in the action again and fires it across, but not in time. Mackenzie Ween will score from third, and the Thunder are rolling. They score another. They've still got runner on base as well, so deficit's down to 2. Now for the Angels, I was just talking with Chelsea Robinson, our superstar special guest commentator before. They probably want the Cobras to win this one by less than 4, just so that they don't get too far away. The Cobras don't get too far away on the live ladder. The live ladder now would have Cobras on 13 points. No, make that 12, 13, yeah, 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
The Thunder on 12 points, which would mean that the Angels would need to win by 5 or more to go top and go straight through to the grand final next week.
So it's still, if they can keep it close. I knew that first place would be possible, but we'd have to win by a lot to do it. So yeah, it'd be good if we can just nip through this one, and that'd be it. We do like the keep it close.
Ball! Run around, leave early!
Yeah, we got lead off.
Yeah, we see Belinda White just trying to get a little bit of a jump here. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay. And she was gone 2 steps before the pitcher let go of the ball. So great call from umpire Borovnik over there at first base, and a great camera angle from our team at Spacequake Sports. Can't get away with much here anymore when the camera's watching.
I agree. The replays have been really good, and the angles, like you said, have it covered most times.
Kaiser
that's gone.
smashes this one. It's high, it's deep, but the center field's under it. Takes a great catch on the fence. We would have liked to see the Thunder's latest home run celebration. We saw their queen or their regal celebration last round. Did you remember that one? They carried their home run hitter across the plate.
That's right.
But,
have they got a new one? They've been practicing?
Well,
You've got some inside info?
We'll have to wait and see. I do not have the insight. The players keep that pretty secret. And if anyone you'd think I'd know is Jordan Harris up to bat.
There you go.
No doubter. That one has gone and cleared the regulation softball SA home run fence of 230 feet.
Yep.
Let's have a look at the Thunder home run celebration. Carrying her across the plate. Jordan Harris, that is, with the home run to bring the Thunder within one. As we see the leading team's replay, she's carried over the plate. So some spectacular action. Gee, she hit that like a missile.
First pitch and just cranked it, yes. Didn't wait around, did she?
That is her second home run as a Harris. So I think that officially will consider the family.
Okay. You're keeping count? You got a tally board at home?
I'm leading this year 4-2, but that's okay. Very impressive home run. Bianca Ramsey, the hitter now for the Thunder. They brought the difference down to 1 now, the Thunder. So this is exactly what they need to keep their chances alive to finish top, go straight through to the finals. I was actually talking to Lana Kaiser during the first game. She was our guest commentator, and she mentioned how close these teams are. And it was a draft that we did at the beginning of the season, before the season started, and we saw a couple of changes from last year's teams as well. But
yeah, I'm impressed with this, the way they've lined up this year. Last year, I mean, we had a few pitchers drop out and things like that caused probably changes, but very, very even.
Yeah, well, we did have one pitcher drop out this year, but ably replaced by Jade Peterson, jumped at the chance to be involved. And we also saw one of your under-16 squad members, Rain Menzies, my apologies, Rain Menzies, returned back to New Zealand. And so that the Cobras are actually able to bring in Jess Maslin as well. So a couple of handy pickups there for the Cobras. This is Millie Fidge, up to bat for the Thunder. Spoke to Lana about some tactics as well. So what have the Angels got up their sleeve? Maybe a shift, in the field. Is there any of the tactics being discussed amongst the coaches at the Angels?
No, surprisingly, very little tactics.
Well, this game is about fun and excitement, so I don't blame you for just going out there and letting the players play their natural game. Maybe turn it up a little bit, turn it up to 11. So
we try. I think that's what we did better this last game. They batted better. They had good swings. They were aggressive on the bases. Couple paid off, couple did not.
Low, and we'll see Ramsey move across to second and in scoring position. Well, is it scoring position anymore with that short fence? Did you see the throw earlier tonight, Maddie Cameron?
Yeah, I did see that one. I was just talking about that one before. Ball gets there that quick, and she picked it up that quick. It's not, yeah.
Well, Millie Fidge with an impressive bat flip for that base on balls as Jordan Lee comes to the plate. Circuit breaker, couple of weeks away from the game. Was that talked about tonight before the game started, or are we? Jordan Lee gets a good shot to left field. Ramsey takes on the arm and will cross the plate to tie the ball game. So, gee, you can't count any of these teams out. Tied the ball game.
Back.
Yeah. Well, they blanked the Angels in game 4, so that was the first game of week 2 in 2 innings and only gave up 1 run. So their defense is very capable. Be interesting to see who they bring to the plate. I think I saw Harper Bridley warming up. They've also got Munro as well, who's sitting in the dugout waiting to go.
Yeah, both good pitchers. I don't know. I'm suspecting they might bring Harper in, but they might save her for our game. So play against the Angels.
Low for a ball, and the new hitter up for the Thunder is Charlize Callahan, and the ground out last turn at bat. She played under 16s for South Australia earlier this year and did pretty well. So you'll miss her from the lineup this year.
Yes. She's improved steadily, but she played very well for us last year, and she's played really well for Port Adelaide this year. You know.
Chillingworth, another player you had last year. Do you know that she had that 93 k/h pitch up her sleeve?
No, I didn't see that.
Very interesting.
93, eh?
Yeah, so we just mentioned before how good a hitter she's been. She plays in the infield.
Stretch her out.
And she can dial it up for a strikeout. So the Cobras had a handy 7-run lead going into the final inning of that game, but Thunder have been able to inch back, tie it up. There is tiebreaker rules in fully loaded softball where the batting team gets to pick their batter, but you already start the inning with 2 outs. So it's so that's the tiebreaker rule. Still play it with loaded bases, but
well,
the
tonight would be the night for a tiebreaker, wouldn't it?
Right? Yeah. We're trying to save time. I can see Neville Lawrence just an arm's reach away. He wouldn't let that happen if he was plate umpiring. I'll tell you that now. So maybe it's a good thing he's umpiring the last game of the night. Bottom of the third, Cobras need 1 to win, but they want as many runs as possible to finish top of the ladder. Top team will go through to the finals. Bill, I don't know if you know, but NITV have been supporting softball nationally for 3 years, and they play the Premier League. They play our fully loaded softball. We were the #1 watched show on Sunday afternoons last summer. And they're back again this year. So Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. you can see softball action on NITV, and we thank them so much for their continued support of softball. We've signed another deal with them as well just recently, so we're extending our deal with NITV to broadcast softball nationally.
Okay. They're great. I'd have to say that of all the...
One just goes foul, Benithan.
I'd say of all the comments of people that not involved with softball that run into me that said, "Oh, hey, I saw you," or "I saw your team," it's usually from watching the broadcast, on NITV.
NITV, and
it's usually a week later or a couple weeks later.
Yeah, it's getting closer, but it is on. It's a delayed telecast, but we do really love their support. A couple of big announcements coming up as well, I think, from NITV. Let's just keep them under wrap for the moment, but the promotion of the game's just never been better, and Space Quake Sports just give us the best softball broadcast in the world.
Oh, it's awesome, isn't it? It is. I know,
All right. Well, maybe second to ESPN, but I think they've got a slightly bigger budget than that. Benithan up to bat for the Cobra smashes that one. No, I've seen a lot of softball live streams and single cameras behind home plate, whatever. Brilliant.
It doesn't compare. It doesn't compare.
We're in our 5th season with Space Quake Sports.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? 5 seasons already of live streaming with Space Quake Sports. High for a ball, and that one's going to walk the bases loaded. Harper Ridley, she's still in your stable at the moment, isn't she, for the under-16 state team?
Yes, very excited about how Harper pitched last year and how well she'll go this year. So, so they've got the win here now.
Yes, of course.
Got the
win. Because we finish out the inning, of course. Right. But Cobras with the win. Now the Thunder need to keep the damage to a minimum, don't they? So they can at least pick up 1 point for a loss of 4 runs or less.
So what's our live leaderboard looking like now?
Okay, so at least 3 points for the Cobras takes them to 13. And the Thunder are on 12 on the live ladder as we see it right now. Thunder and Angels still have a game in hand. They play one another for the final game, and the Angels are on 9 points from their win earlier tonight against the Cobras, so just 4 points behind Cobras on the live ladder, which means you'd need a win by 5.
Win by 5, okay.
Oh, change up, didn't even register on the radar. That speed there, 56, is the throwback from the catcher.
Wow. Okay.
Didn't even register. What a change of pace. Have you seen that one? Is that from the front of the hand? Is it a different, tighter grip maybe?
No, I think it's back of the hand. She has worked on a few, and she threw a really great changeup in the Nationals. We were playing against Victoria, and at one point we were leading, but she could not get a strike call, and the umpire just wasn't giving her the corners. And we called time and went out. I had a quick talk to her, and I said, look, they're not going to be swinging until you throw a strike, so here's what you do. This first pitch, I want you to lead off with the changeup. And she kind of smiled, and so we went back, and she threw the perfect slow motion changeup right in there for a strike that just had to be called. And then everything switched around after that. We were looking good. So
great change of momentum. Well, great coaching move there, Bill. Well done on that one. 11-10 lead to the Cobras, so they will win this one. Great shot, goes like a rifle shot through to the right side. Good fielding out there. Is it Jorgensen at right field? But 2 runs across the plate, Cameron and Neves, so it comes out to 3. So now we're interesting territory with no outs, runners at the corners. A 5-run win will give them 4 points, which would make it tough for you for the last game. But
I can't remember. Win by 5, we get enough. But if you win by more than that, there's more bonus after that.
Yeah, if you win by 10, you can get 5 points. Win by 15, 6 points. Throw over, that's dangerous because that runner's on third. Amber Hood's momentum was taken away from the base, and so the runner is safely aboard. That's Michaela Yankovic doing the work out there as well. Not only could she pitch, but she hit a rifle shot out to right field, 2 RBIs, and then stole a base.
Stole a base.
Great talent in this competition and in this state. I love it. It's so good to see our talent on display. And
I think just the mixing in, you get the girls that played, 16s, 18s, and now they're playing with open women girls, and it just boosts their confidence, shows that they can do it.
Do you see a reflection in their A-grade games in the Premier League?
How so?
In that, they can step up and play against the senior players in this competition so they can do it in the Premier League. As Kaiser checks the runner at third and keeps her held there. But it was the runner on second, Yankovic, who drew the throw from first base, Callahan. And Benithan was able to sneak home. There's the 4th run. So 1 more run, and it will go out to 6, which means you'll need to win by 10 or more, I'm afraid. No, you'll need to win by 15.
Yeah, okay. That's a tough ask.
So you're wanting the Thunder to make this last out. Well, there's only 1 out.
There's
so
only one,
You need 2 more outs before another run crosses the plate. This is Abby Jorgensen. Who's playing right field? Right field was Jordan Lee.
Abby Kennedy's out there.
Abby Kennedy's out there.
Another under-16s girl. Current this year as well.
Changes have been made to the Thunder field. I can see that Harris is no longer at shortstop. That one actually looks like one of your younger ones as well, I think.
Shortstop, is it Ballard? Or is she here tonight? No, sorry, that's Elisa Gooley.
Elisa Gooley on.
No, sorry, I'm wrong. That's not her.
It looks like Abby Ballard. Not Abby Ballard. Looks like Georgia Ballard, but I can't see her name on the team list. So we'll find out in a moment when she turns around. We can see the player number as Harper Bridley into her motion, and Jorgensen fouls this one off. I bet you're pumped, though. Bet you're pumped to be back after the circuit breaker, a couple of weeks away from the game. Refresh the batteries in for a couple more weeks, and then we get a long Christmas break. No national championships in January this year.
Right.
So you'll probably be the first summer you get off in a while.
Yeah, it's not bad. We'll have some trial games and some squad games for the 16s. That'll keep us busy, or hopefully keep them busy.
Shot from Jorgensen doesn't beat the infield. It's Amber Hood, a club teammate from the Hills Heat, who takes that catch in the second out. So the Thunder can still do you a favour here, Bill, by making that last out. But 4 runs will still give them 1 point. 4-run deficit will still give the Thunder 1 point, which they will want as well for a chance to finish top.
So we have Zoe Benedictson, similar last name, batting now.
Well, it's good luck going by tonight's. If you know someone who's in the batter's box with the same surname, they normally do pretty well.
I hope so. I know that usually happens for the Harris camp, right?
I like the tinsel in the hair, a bit of a Christmas theme for the Cobras. Good to see that they're bringing some props as well.
It's very festive, yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping they'd have some battery-powered lights, but we'll have to raise our game next week.
Gets bats a ball. It's going to be close at the plate, and she nearly beats it out there, Benedictson, for the 3rd out. So that ends game 2. Thank you so much, Bill, for joining us for the end of that game. And we'll have to have you back. I reckon you did pretty well, mate. So Angels versus Thunder for the final game. You'll need to win by 5 or more.
5 or more will get us
to take top place.
Okay, that's good to have the incentive.
And go straight through to the final for next week. So good luck for your next game and also for the finals next week. And might even see you out here on the weekend for the Softball State Premier League.
Will be.
Beautiful.
Thanks for having me, James.
I think we'll take a quick break, but we won't be too far away. We promise this time for Game 3 and the final game of the night for Fully Loaded Softball. And we're back for the final game of the evening. Fully loaded action. The Thunder Girls on screen. They went down in a pretty close one in the end. I think that was the longest game in fully loaded history, actually, that previous game. But Thunder versus the Angels to finish off the 3 weeks of fully loaded softball action before finals next week. Now, joining me at the commentary desk from the West Beach Community Bank Cobras, I've got Taylor Chillingworth, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Have I got the surname right? Ruby Debro.
Yes.
Ruby Debro is the correct pronunciation. You always like that as a commentator. Make sure you get the names right. Kelsey Barker pitching for the CPC Angels, and facing her is Jordan Harris. So welcome, girls. First time behind the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yep.
No worries. What we do when we commentate, we call it as we see it. And if I come to you with a question, you just do your best to give me an open answer, rather than just a yes or a no.
Okay. Will do.
All right. There you go. 2 words. So Lambert gets a low strike. She had a moonshot in the game against you guys tonight.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh, it was against you, Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. It's didn't mean to bring that one up.
Nah.
Oh,
Good
cracker
shot.
of a shot there.
Good call there from the girls. That was Jordan Harris with a good shot over to the right side. Who's playing
Great
second base
play
for
by
Poppy
Poppy
Carmen?
Carmen.
Poppy Carmen over at second for the Angels. Took it on her backhand side as well. So you heard the girls. They called a good play. Cracking play, I think, was the call. Playing the lead runner at second, but a run did cross the plate. So Thunder into an early lead for Belinda White. What's the tactics pitching to Belinda White? You keep
Oh,
just
keep
keep
it-
try and keep it away.
Yeah, keep it out.
Oh,
Harris trying to draw the play, and Mackenzie Ween had a pretty good lead off. She was going back to the base, and the catcher's throw has just ricocheted off her back and out to left field. So the second run for the Thunder, and Harris in scoring position. So you were saying about Belinda?
Yeah, keep it out. I try to pitch drop balls on her as well.
Low for a ball. Kelsey Barker from Walkerville Cats and in our state under 23 squad. So she's got some pretty good experience behind her. She played in the fully loaded softball competition last year as well. Surprised the Angels have gone to her to pitch, knowing that they've got Trzynski, they've got... What was happening
Poppy.
there? I heard that. Well, they've got Poppy Carmen as well as Georgia Hood, Ruby Fidge. Plenty of depth
Good lineup.
for the Angels, yeah.
yeah, great lineup.
Kelsey's more known as a first base or outfielder and a hitter for the Walkerville Cats, so something different.
Yeah.
Now, girls, did you miss the softball during the circuit breaker, during the COVID shutdown?
Oh,
yeah, definitely. There was heaps of training in the backyard with parents. Keep us fit and healthy.
Trying to convince Mum to catch me.
Good swing from Bianca Ramsey. She's pretty famous around softball circles, Chile. So did she help you out?
Oh, a couple times.
Some?
She's a bit lazy.
Sure, she'd love to hear that.
Oh, just out of reach.
Hard bounce.
And Harris will score from second on a slight little blooper at shortstop from Neve Adams. So the Thunder really applying some offensive pressure early in this game with top spot up for grabs. All three teams have the opportunity to finish top. Live ladder sees you girls on top, the Cobras on 13, but so you don't want to see the Thunder win, otherwise
No.
they'll go straight
No.
through to the final.
Yeah,
And if the Angels win, they'll need to win by 4 to by 5 or more to tie with you, and then it'll come on runs again. So
Let's
anyone
go Angels.
can finish top. Yeah,
yep.
it'll take a bit of working out the scoring of the game. 3 points for a win, 1 for a loss if you
Oh,
lose by
yeah.
less than 5.
I still
Oh,
don't get
Still
it.
don't get it.
Yeah,
pretty-
very confusing.
That's one of the unique rules of fully loaded action. And what's your favourite rule? The rule change of fully loaded.
Oh, I love having the loaded bases.
Yeah, me too.
Especially batting and the close fence. That's nice.
Yeah, it guarantees action from the first pitch. And how many times have we seen it, not only in our form of the game here in Adelaide for Fully Loaded, but also at the SummerSlam that Sopla Australia play. First pitch can easily get away from the catcher because there's no warm-up pitches, so the pitches hasn't warmed up, the catcher hasn't seen it come from the hand yet. So so often we can see that first pitch just gets away a little bit as well. So non-stop action from the first pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. The shorter fences are something I
Always
like.
nice.
Always great. Yep, got my first, very nice, hit over the fence because it was so much shorter. But yeah, that was a great feeling in last time.
Home run's a home run, Ruby. It doesn't matter by how far, even if it just drops over the fence, it still counts.
Yep. Oh, great connection.
Good looking to go opposite field. Just smashes that one right side. It's a bit of a chase for the right fielder.
Is that to Elisa Gooley?
Elisa Gooley, yep.
Yep.
She's playing right field.
Great batter.
So impressed in the first week when I saw her swing.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen much of her before this season, and she just looks so dangerous in the box, doesn't she?
She's amazing. I think she plays baseball as well with a lot of the girls, with a lot of the younger girls, and just smashes it out there too.
Well, Hood goes opposite
Oh,
last
good
pitch and then
backhand.
pulls
Oh.
it this time to the backhand side of Neve Adams.
Nice
So
play.
great call from the girls joining us here on Space Quake Sports. So the Thunder, we're still in the top of the first inning, believe it or not. There's 2 out. Normally we've seen a couple of quick outs, catch a speed up rule to hopefully speed up the night a little bit. We had a power outage, just had a little bit of trouble with the lights, but the trusty Musco lights are on and they're beaming down. Harper Bridley is the hitter for the Thunder. And still to come in the lineup, Lana Kaiser on deck, Millie Fidge, Mackenzie Ween and Lucy Ware.
If Harper hits it, it's going to
Adahar
fly.
Munro? I haven't seen her name yet. Hood will cross the plate for run number 4.
Very strong team, the Thunder.
Yeah, we've spoken to a couple of our special guests tonight about how close the teams are and a great spread of talent.
Yeah.
Great
nice
pick up
pick
at
up.
third from Schultz, fires it across.
Great
Was
play.
a great piece of the ball from Bridley, so she should feel a little bit hard done by because that was a great play that got her out. Well, after the top of the first innings, the Thunder have put 4 on the board, so we spoke to Kaiser earlier about this. The 4 runs is about par. If you put 4 on in an inning, you're generally going to put on a score that's going to win you a game. So they've met the minimum requirement, you'd think, for that inning to score 4.
Yeah, good start.
Great start, yep.
Good camera angle right in the middle of the Thunder huddle. We've seen the home run celebrations for the teams, and we've mentioned that you've gone straight to the playbook of Dodgeball.
Dodgeball,
With the
great
Cobras.
movie.
Absolute classic movie. Are we going to see anything special for the finals? Should you guys hit a home run?
Oh, that's a secret, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Gonna
don't
have
want
to
to
wait.
steal that one.
Players don't want to give anything away.
I mean, it's better for the camera if no one knows.
All right.
It's going to be good.
We'll give you that one. We'll give you that one. All teams will play finals next week. Next Thursday night, the first game will be the teams that finish 2nd and 3rd respectively, and they'll battle it out for a place in the grand final against whichever team finishes top. And as we sit right now, any team can still finish top. So time will tell. We're in the bottom of the first inning, and Neve Adams up to bat, teammate of yours last year or earlier this year
earlier
at
this year.
Nationals. Had a great tournament.
Yeah, she's a strong player all
Very
round.
strong, yeah. Saw some amazing work as catcher when we were away at Nationals. Just amazing calls and really the strength held us together as a team.
Low for a ball, and Harper Bridley would have been one of the pitches that she caught to in Waverley
Yeah.
earlier this year, and And then you go behind the plate and you see Travelodge Aussie Spirit catcher Belinda White. So some great talent across the state. Tell us, what was it like to know that you're going to be coming up against the likes of a Trzynski and a Belinda White just in this three-team competition, because the talent's not diluted at all like it sort of could be in the Premier League with 6 teams. As Adams smashes this to Kaiser at third. She tries to dive to third for the out. Gooley is left short as she slides in hard, but a run does cross the plate and scores for the Angels. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay.
Oh, it's
That's
amazing.
a great play.
Just the desperation that Kaiser shows there. Got to put your body on the line to take your game to the next level, don't you?
Yeah.
Your parents might hate it because they're going to do the washing, right? Crushes this ball opposite field. Steph Trzynski just out of reach of the right fielder. We'll be at that name in a moment. Centre field, Mackenzie Wing throws the ball in, but the run will score.
That was a good try by Steph there.
Yeah, good shot from Trzynski. Lucy Ware playing right field for the Thunder. Sophie Roberts now up to bat for the Angels. I'm not sure. Pick off attempt from Belinda White as the runner gets in safely. Not sure if you guys have seen the Nan Angels social media. I'm going to see if I can bring it up. It's not going to tell you many people who are watching from home.
That's a good pitch.
Not unless you want to check out the Nan Angels Instagram page, but have a look at the artistry work on that page there.
That's
I'm
awesome.
just showing the girls that the Angels, it's Nan_Angels Instagram page has just got their logo in the background of a couple of their photos. It's spectacular. As Harris moves across to her onto her left, forehand side to take a catch, retiring Sophie Roberts. Brings Cara Schultz up to bat. Couple of Angels runners on base, so a good clean hit from Schultz here will give the Angels the lead. It's 4-2.
Good swing.
She doesn't hold back, does she,
Yeah.
Cara Schultz?
She's a good batter.
Great batter.
Have the Cobras started their own Instagram page?
Don't
think
think
we
so.
have, no.
Sure.
Should get onto that.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, someone showed me the other day. I thought it was unreal.
Yeah, that's-
great,
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
Great work from the Nan_Angels Instagram page. It's only got about 30 followers.
I'll go follow it.
Steph Trzynski on first base. Neve Adams on second base. Cara Schultz up to bat.
Oh, big swing.
Not far off it though. So I don't see her holding back Cara Schultz. Hey guys, tell me, did all our teams check in as well on the COVID Safe app?
Yeah,
Our
everyone
managers
did
were
it.
quick to make us do that.
Nice shot in the gap there.
Well, she swung within herself, didn't she, Cara Schultz? So she just held back just a little bit. Great dive back
Great play.
from Trzynski to make sure she's safe at second. But Neve Adams scored. And it's now a one-run ball game. Thunder on 4, Angels on 3. Chelsea Robinson up to bat now. She joined us in the commentary for the last game, and our other special guest was Emmsee Thunder franchise owner Grant McCarron from Emmsee Sportswear. And I asked Grant what was on special for Christmas at the Emmsee store.
Oh, good shot.
Crushes this to the centre right alley. Trzynski will score. Cara Schultz will stand up at third. And Chelsea Robinson ties the game with a cracking shot. And when I asked Chelsea what she wanted for Christmas, she said a pair of cleats. So, so no doubt Santa will be shopping at Emmsee Sportswear for Chelsea's Christmas present. What about you guys? You got your eye on anything from MC Sportswear this Christmas?
Oh, I might look for
I'm
a new
liking
glove,
the
maybe.
I'm liking the new Ghost Bats.
Brilliant. The new Ghost Bats, they look really good as well, and they've got that unique sound as well.
Yes.
So when you hear that crack of the bat, might be a ghost in the hands of our hitter at the moment.
I think so.
Kelsey Barker, who pitched the top half of this inning. There's the Eastern Ghost on screen. Believe it or not, Eastern are a proud partner of Softball SA, so good choice of bat. I use an Eastern myself. It's not a Ghost. I use an old school bat. It's called a B1.
Right. Never heard of it.
now I'm getting teased from all angles that I'm using an old bat. It's a brilliant bat. Well, we'll stay alive in the count. It's out of reach for both Fidge and White. Would either of you laid out for that one to try and make the out? 2 outs. It's a tied game. First place up for grabs, guys.
Yeah, I think so. I think coming from first base, it would have been a bit easier than as a catcher.
Saving it maybe for next week.
Maybe for the big grand final if they get into it.
Good shot from Barker.
Good pick up.
And it was a great
play.
pickup from Amber Hood. She was already breaking to her left and her momentum took her to the base. So just reaching out the left foot to make the third out. We've got a tie ball game after one inning, and that actually doesn't change the live ladder. So we don't have an update. We're no closer to knowing who's going to finish top and go straight through to next week's grand final. Georgia King's catching for the Angels, so she's all kitted up and ready to go. So let's see if we can go around the diamond as the players start to go into position. We can see Sophie Roberts moving over to first base. Playing second base is Poppy Carmen. We've already mentioned her name. She made a great play early innings. We see the Eastern Ghost on screen again as Lana Kaiser does up her shoelaces. Neve Adams still at shortstop. Kelsey Barker is still pitching to Georgia King. Cara Schultz at third base. Outfield guys, Chelsea Robinson, Steph Trzynski, and Elisa Gooley. Elisa Gooley. There we go. All right, Lana Kaiser is the batter up for bat for the Thunder as we see the third runner take their position. Fully loaded. Softball starts every innings with loaded bases. Kaiser just tightening up the old batting gloves there, and plate umpire Neville Lawrence calls play. So I was able to interview the community bank, the West Beach Community Bank Cobras franchise owner from Bendigo Bank last round. Crushes this hit to right side. It beats Carmen, and the throw comes in from Gooley, and 2 runs will cross the plate for the Thunder. So it wasn't a tied game for long as they take a 2-run lead. Matt Sharkey, of course, from Community Bank West Beach, and he didn't come empty-handed, did he? You handed out a couple of gifts for the players, drink bottles.
Yeah, we all got drink bottles. That was good. I forgot mine.
Well, I'm sure everyone else brought them this week. And we mentioned how good the uniforms look as well. As Millie Fidge crushes this one to the outfield. Kaiser's pushing for home, and just like that, in 2 pitches, the Thunder go out to a 4-run lead. Geez, you can't take your eye off this game for very long, can you? It's non-stop action. You can get caught short as well as the Angels. They haven't really done much wrong, but they've just given up 4 runs in a blink of an eye. Mackenzie Ween up to bat. One of our under-23 players. So teammates with the pitcher, Kelsey Barker.
Kelsey's pitching good tonight.
Yeah, she's doing very well. I think that's one of the really great things about this, because we get to play people from our own team and like learn more about them and how they play. Great foul.
I love that observation that you've had, because it's actually one of the questions that I've got written down for our special guest. Who are you enjoying playing with that you wouldn't normally on a Saturday?
Oh, I love playing with Maddie Cameron and Sarah Tonkin.
Yeah, me too. Maddie was my first coach in under 11s for Sturt. So just, great.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
Just a bit of like a full circle.
Oh,
It was
double
pretty
play opportunity.
Great play by Neve there.
Neve just took the ball up the middle, and then she tried to use her momentum to. Let's have a look at the replay. Mackenzie Ween did well to beat that one out. It looked like a great
close,
shot.
yeah.
I was ready to call it a safe hit, but geez, Neve did so well to get that one. Up to bat now for the Thunder. Gee, I've got to have a look at my
I think it's Lucy
score sheet.
Weir.
It is Lucy Weir up to bat, wearing the number 3, batting 9, which means that Harris is on deck for the Thunder.
Good pick up by King there.
So Maddie Cameron and
Sarah Tonkin.
Sarah Tonkin, yep. But they're from your club?
Yep, from my club,
Ruby?
from Sturt.
Yep. So who you enjoying playing with from another club?
Ooh. I'm not sure, really. Yes, pointing at Taylor.
I was trying to give Ruby a little bit of a tip there, pointing straight at Taylor.
Yeah. No, so Taylor and I were roommates at Nationals, so we've gotten to know each other quite well. Yeah, she's been really good to play with. Great pitcher, very solid batter. As we've seen, I think in the first week, she scored a home run, which was really great to see. And yeah, very exciting to watch.
Swing and a miss, so they're second out of the inning and brings up Jordan Harris up to bat. And well, the Angels will want to get out of this pretty quickly because the work's ahead of them. Just put another 4 on the board, bring it back to tied game, and their chances of finishing top. So
good shot.
this one beats the shortstop and up the middle. Trzynski tries to fire one in for a cheap out, but safe hit for the Thunder. Brings Belinda White up to bat. How is it? Is it intimidating at all to see Harris come up to bat and then followed straight behind by Belinda White? I mean,
Always.
bet you're glad you don't have to play against them on a Saturday. Like you're seeing those stars in the lineup backing each other up in the batter's boxes.
Oh, nice
White
shot.
on
Great
cue
shot.
hits this one opposite field. We can see Mackenzie Ween getting on her bike to score from second. Harris over to third. So 5 runs on the inning now for the Thunder.
They're really working the outfield, which is great to see. Very exciting game when we're having a lot of big hits.
Runner at 1, thanks, Thunder.
Yanka Ramsey just asking one of her teammates to come out to run for Belinda White so she can get dressed and ready for the bottom half of this inning. Now Ramsey's one of our league leaders in home runs for Fully Loaded. She's had one each week.
Wow, I didn't know that. She is a good batter.
From the state under 23s team. Pulls this one,
great pull.
just lands in. Harris will score from third. Ween is the courtesy runner, turns second and saw that it was Chelsea Robinson with ball in hand and felt better of it. So she returns back to second base for Amber Hood now up to bat. So we've said who your favourite players are to play with that you wouldn't normally play with. What about, someone from your own club that you didn't want to really come up against? Who's one of the dangerous players from your own club?
Belle White.
Belle White,
Yep.
Yeah,
That was pretty easy.
I love playing against Charlize because we never get to. So whenever I get to pitch to her, it's always fun.
You've come through all the junior ages together, haven't you?
Yeah, never played against her.
Well, it's pretty close. I think each team going into tonight had played 4 games, won 2, lost 2, and everyone had beaten everyone. So Thunder beat Cobras in the first week, but then the Cobras beat the Thunder in the second week.
Ooh.
Oh, just out of reach for Barker. So the bases are going to be loaded now for Harper Bridley. pretty good commitment shown by a couple of our players. Georgia Bella's not here tonight, but she was here for the first couple of weeks. She's got a bit of a long journey. Harper Bridley, Neve Adams, both coming from Port Pirie. Great commitment.
Yeah, long drive. I know Neve was out at Seton with me today with the Diamond Sports program.
Right, of course. And Seton High offering a softball program now.
Yep.
So they've for 20 plus years they've been offering a baseball program. Now they offer softball as well. So
Great
boys and
hit.
girls. Harper Bridley gets
Massive.
under this one. It's a long ball out to deep left field and a home run. A grand slam home run to Harper Bridley. 4 runs to cross the plate. And the Thunder are out to 10-run lead. Let's have a look at the celebration. Talk us through the celebration.
Oh, that is cool.
She gets to carry. They were talking her to, hey, don't forget to wave. Great action from the Thunder. See one of the younger players, Harper Bridley, known as a pitcher, but obviously can swing the
Amazing
bat.
batter, yeah.
How many out is there? 2.
I saw her hit a massive home run about 2 seasons ago, I reckon. Went straight over my head at left field.
Great to see. Well, here's another player that's got the ability to hit a long ball. Anna Kaiser watches that one straight over the middle of the plate. So 10 runs on the inning for the Thunder. Ten runs up. What's she doing? Going for a bunt? Oh, we'll have to have a word to her about that, I think. Bunting when you're 10 runs
I
up.
think that's a good idea.
Oh, tries to get after that one. It's a little low in the zone, but she's got to protect that edge. Looks like the Angels assistant coach Bill Benedictson is doing a bit of trash talking to Kaiser at the moment. Club teammates in the Premier League. Excited to be back playing this Saturday.
Oh, yeah, super
Yeah, very
excited.
excited.
Oh, big
Smashes
shot.
one. That one is a
Two in a row.
long ball out to deep centre field, and the Emmsee Thunder slugger Lana Kaiser bounces one off the Emmsee Sportswear sign at deep centre field. So back-to-back home runs for the Thunder. As Thunder crosses the plate, waving, smiles around for the green team.
That was
Jeez.
a massive shot.
They'll be tough to
Huge.
catch from here. Good to see the Thunder girls enjoying themselves on the diamond there. A 10-run lead, 11-run lead would give them 5 points on the live ladder. And sorry to say, girls, that would put you out of contention. So you need a big comeback from the Angels. Who's going to throw their last inning?
I'm not sure.
We mentioned how their
Maybe
depth.
Ruby? Ruby
Yeah, I
Fitch?
reckon it'll be Ruby,
Think she was on
Georgia
the
and
bench?
Poppy's pitched already tonight. Oh, big cut there by Millie.
She'll be pitching to her sister if she does as well, which would be pretty cool for her.
Well, we saw that in the first week of Fully Loaded. I think it made the highlight reel, actually. Ruby versus Millie.
Yep.
Good
Nice
shot.
shot.
Another hit from the Thunder as Millie
Great
Fidge
fielding.
joins the party. Now, look, I've given up on the scorecard, guys. Who led off the inning? They've put
Harper?
11 on the board. Yeah, we're around the second time for these girls in the order. Mackenzie Ween really opens up the shoulders for a foul ball. Look, after you've given up 11 in an inning, do you try something different in the field? I'm trying to talk our guests into telling us what's happening with the tactics.
I think really just centering your players, maybe pulling them in, having a chat, just getting everyone calmed down. Because it can get a bit stressful out there when there's such a big lead.
No timeouts, though.
Oh, isn't there?
No timeouts and
Oh,
fully loaded.
gosh.
So do
Yeah.
you try a shift in the field? Do you take it upon yourself? Do you try and just try anything? Or
I think in this competition you just have to really get behind your pitcher and keep the talk up.
Yeah, positivity.
maybe move the pivots a bit more up the middle because that seems to be where they're hitting.
Great insight from the players that are a special guest here at commentary for week 3 of fully loaded softball action. Pop up.
Great catch
call
by Georgia.
from Georgia King behind the plate. Desperate for that third out, so good calling as well as the 3 players sort of come together pretty quickly on the leading team's replay. Well, that'll end the top half of the second inning. So the Angels have got 6 outs to put, 11 plus whatever the difference is for the third inning for the Thunder. Oh, it's been a long night, hasn't it?
It's been a big night, especially with the break.
Yeah, big break between games. We got the lights situation sorted out though, so just a little bit of teething problem as we come back from the COVID circuit breaker. Hopefully that's the last time we have to do something like that.
Hopefully.
Then Angels, CPC Angels on screen. They've got their work cut out ahead of them.
Nothing's impossible in this competition though.
Oh, well,
One big hit.
Seen a couple of big scores over the 3 weeks of this year's competition. Thunder started off the season with a 20-9 win over the Cobras. So on the wrong end of that one, girls, then you dropped a closer one to the Angels, 16-12. But then you came to play 18-4. You reversed the decision over the Angels, and then 14-3 in the closest game of the competition so far. So Cobras now with a 3-3 record.
Yeah, we're starting to come together as a team better. I think in week 1 we were just trying to work out how to play with each other, and now we're starting to gel.
Yeah, you can tell just by the chatter on the bench, like, how well we've kind of fitted together as a group despite the age difference between a lot of the players, which is really good to see.
Looks like you're having a bit of fun as well. Did we see Jess Neves in a 2-2?
It's actually a feather boa.
A feather boa, just wearing it around the waist.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a bit of a dance off when the lights were out against the Thunder and the
Yeah, a
Cobras.
bit stylish.
A boa, is that sort of a play on a snake or a cobra? Is don't know.
Yeah,
Didn't really
digital.
think about that one, no.
Poppy Carmen
Good cut
fouls
by
that one
Poppy.
off.
Yeah, great work by Poppy. She's been playing really well. Did she pitch in the last game? I think she did.
Gosh, I've got all the score sheets in front of me, but actually Georgia started
And then Poppy came in.
Yeah.
for the third inning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon.
We should know we played it.
No, here I am. I'm trying to find my... there's that change-up. It just loops in. Poppy just out of reach as well. So the loaded bases causes havoc. And a force out at the plate. And then Belinda White in the transition trying to look for that double play. Just lost the handle of the ball. Oh, I don't have it. I didn't even mark the changes in the earlier game, guys. So I can't even tell you who came under pitch.
I'm pretty sure it was Poppy.
Yeah.
Just to close out the game.
Big hitter up now, Elisa Gooley. She's been playing right field, hasn't she? Yeah.
She really goes after that first one. Where's her hair down long? She's got very long hair, isn't she?
Surprised she doesn't get tangled.
Patiently watching that one there. I think we're all sort of waiting on this.
Yeah.
Low for a ball. So Carmen was the first batter. It's she arrives safely at first, but it was a force out at the plate, so a fielder's choice. Now we've got Gooley up to bat.
Oh, big cut.
Yeah, another swing and a miss. So trying to pull that ball. I think that short porch is lighting the old eyes up here for Gooley. Low again. So she's gone to a full count. And you can hear Coach Peterson for the Angels on third base. regretting the decision to wear shorts, I think. He's, as it's starting to get a little chillier as the evening goes on. Smashes this opposite
right hit.
field. She's not going to die wondering, is she, Gooley? She's got a
Definitely
big
not.
swing. And she's capable.
Very well composed as well in the batter's box.
Is that right? That's good to know that you've taken that much attention to
I
the
played-
batter.
Yeah, we went to primary school together, so we so I've seen her play for a long time.
Well, that one looks close enough, and almost she had a check swing on that one, so a strikeout for Gooley. And now the Angels are looking down the barrel with 2 out. They haven't put a run on this inning. Good cut. Is that Georgia King?
Yeah, Georgia King, she's a
That
good
is
batter.
Great batter. It's a good game so far.
CPC Angels trail by 11. Change up.
That's a good change up.
Very nice.
I couldn't get mine working in the last game.
2 strikes. The call here on Georgia King. Has a go at that one, and it's fouled off. 90 k's an hour for Harper.
That's pretty fast.
That's great.
Taylor, you pitched before, 91 you topped out at. Happy with that?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good change up.
Yeah, that change up. We were talking to Bill Benedictson about it. Doesn't even register on the radar because it comes out so slow. So that
That's cool.
speed that you saw just
Yeah.
then was the catcher's throwback. And then she comes up with that 90k pitch, and so the Thunder come out of that inning 1, 2, 3, leaving all runners stranded and blank the Angels. And they're going to go into the last inning with a very handy 11-run lead. Live ladder would see Thunder go through, which would mean that it'll be the Cobras versus the Angels for the first game next week. We'll get a time for that one. Probably going to be an 8 o'clock start because of the sun delay. We don't want to have too big a break between games next week. So then the winner of that game will take on the Thunder. As we're saying, it's just the live ladder at the moment. And looks like the Angels have put the cue in the rack because Georgia Hood's got her hoodie on.
It is Ruby up to pitch.
And Steph Trzynski has gone to second base. So they want to give their kids a go. It's only for fun anyway. I mean, it's always good to win, but they're not going with either one of their 2 superstars that they've got that could that pitch for the Angels. So the Thunder, their last opportunity to do some damage on the scoreboard before we head into week 4 and the finals of fully loaded softball action. Ruby DeBro and Taylor Chillingworth joining me at the commentary. Thank you for giving up your time.
Great first pitch by Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby's in the under 16 age group, but has made herself available for under 18 selection this year, so might be one of the youngest out here.
Oh, good shot.
Great shot for a
This one
foul.
is fouled off, so 2 fouls in a row.
Yeah, it's always great to have Ruby pushing for the older year level. Good to have another pitcher.
And this is Lucy Ware up to bat for the second time in this game. The 9-hitter. It's not often that you see the batting lineup go 3 times round in fully loaded, being a shorter version of the game, a 3-inning game.
Yeah, sometimes you only get one bat.
I guess you don't really think about that when you come to the ballpark. You're just getting ready to play, but you know it is possible that you know if you're the 9-hitter in the lineup that you might not even get a bat in the game because the runners start on base, so you could get a triple play in the first batter of the game. So I guess you get to share it around a little bit. There is 2 games a night for both teams as well. So how have you enjoyed it? You enjoyed coming out and playing in the fully loaded?
Yeah, it's really fun. It's great to play with players from other clubs and learn from their experiences and their knowledge.
Especially the older players. I just think, you don't really get that opportunity just on Saturdays to come out and just have such a strong competition who really push you, which is, great.
This one's rocketed up the middle, straight
great
past
dive.
Fidge, and Adams tries to dive for that one up the middle. It's going to bring back Harris up for her 3rd turn at bat for the game. You see any of the older players being taking on mentoring roles, or are they just here for a bit of fun as well?
I think in a way they're all mentors because we've looked up to them throughout all of our softballing. But it's more so we're a team now, less than it being a divided group, of older and younger. So I think it's kind of both. What do you think?
Yeah, we're learning from them, but everyone's having fun as well.
Yeah.
Harris trying to swing hard at that one. I think plate umpire Lawrence has just opened up the strike zone a little bit there. That first one that came in, probably at the letters, top of the zone. So 2 strikes on Harris. Fidge working ahead of the count. Low for a ball.
Jordan's another hard one to pitch to. Never know where to chuck it.
You can take the short game out of it for fully loaded, but maybe not on a Saturday. You know, she can pull it out at any time and leg it out to first, as well as, well, she showed in that last game she can bring the power as well, hit the ball to the fence and make you pay with it with some extra bases.
Yep, definitely.
Just holds back on that swing a little bit, but it's going to drop in and a run will score. Cut off from Sophie Roberts at first base for another run for the Thunder, so the lead stretches out to 13. Any win for the Thunder will put them top and straight through to the finals. So it really doesn't matter by how much, but if they win, they're straight through to next week's final. Belinda White now the hitter, so bit of extra time, fun time for the Thunder now as their lead looks a little insurmountable. I'm not even sure that on everyone's best day that they'd be able to put 13 on the board, but the Thunder still with none out here in the top of the third.
Yeah, they've got a good lead going. Hard to come back.
Thunder and the Angels battling it out in the last game of fully loaded for season 2020 before next week's finals. Live ladder has the Thunder finishing top and Belinda White up to bat for the Thunder. Loaded bases and she's looking to smash that one. Full count. And she'll walk the bases for another run, so it's now a 14-run lead. Not too far until Christmas, guys. Unusual for us because we normally got national championships in early January, from early to mid-late January. What does that mean for you guys? Give you a summer off?
The 18s is meant to be in April. We're hoping it's still going ahead.
Yep, same as 16s. I think it just gives us more of a chance to train and bond as a team, seeing as we've already had selections earlier on not earlier on, but a few months ago, and that's just like allowed us to get to know each other. And I think that in the long run, it'll probably be a really good thing to come out of it.
And the fully loaders has really helped the teams come together.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. That's the first out, and it's a strikeout. So good pitching from Ruby Fitch. I nearly called her Millie, and Amber Hood races out to get into the batter's box for the Thunder.
Emma's another one on Saturdays. You got to be ready for the bunt at any time.
Very patient batter as well. I remember a couple seasons back she led the league in walks, so so she does watch a lot. But she can make you pay. You don't want to slot too many against Amber, particularly as she sees so many pitches. So I think last year's fully loaded, she'd hit 5 home runs, and I think she only played in half the game. So she was one of the league leading in home runs for fully loaded last year. So has some power behind her as well. Low for a ball.
Really good support by the Angels. You can hear them. I'm not sure if you can hear from Spacequake, but really, really good support from all the players on the field behind Ruby and Georgia.
Hood smashes this opposite field, and Gooley just out of reach. The ball does land in play, so
She's going to score
the
too.
runner will score from second because she took off on the hit, and 2 runs will cross the plate. So good base running from the Thunder. Another 2 on the board. It's 20 runs to 4. Gee, their depth just keeps on coming here. Charlize Callahan up to bat. Yeah, it's a good point you make, Ruby, because the effects microphone does pick up the field and the effects as well for the crack of the bat, and you can hear the fielders getting right behind their pitcher. So you picked that up pretty well, actually. Well done, Callahan. Runner will cross the plate from third. 21 runs now for the Thunder.
Is that the highest score?
For the season, yeah, I put my score sheets away, but yeah, they put 20 on the board against you guys in game 1, and now in game 9 they've put another 20 on. We're positive though. Next week for the finals, it's going to be closer results. Yeah, 20 is the highest, with 18 the next highest. So this is the highest scoring game so far of the fully loaded season. Swing and a miss.
Shah usually hits right field, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Very strong connection, and it's really awesome. At Nationals this year, she made some really, really good plays as well.
Good cut. I know her mum bought a new ghost bat, and she still chooses to use her old one.
Oh, gosh.
Swing and a foul just off of that one. So, yeah, a lot of batters do choose that, don't they? The old faithful. That's like all ball players, though. I think if you've got a favourite glove or a favourite bat, you keep that in the kit just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Full count. So Callahan will be looking to go here, extending the Thunder lead.
Great swing.
And Fidge doing well to battle away here against Callahan. There is only one out, so desperate to do well for a team. just off, and a base on balls for Callahan. So the Thunder continue to roll. Well, it could be an interesting matchup if Alana gets on here. We've got sister Millie Fidge in the on-deck circle. So maybe that was Ruby's tactic from the start of this inning.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You
get
never
through
know.
the lineup. Kaiser gets
big
under
shot.
this one.
Great
Not
shot.
sure it's got the journey as Gooley reads that one and takes a good catch. Hood will score from third, so a sacrifice fly and another run crossing the plate for the Thunder, which gives us the matchup that we've been waiting for. I might get you girls to call this at bat.
Right. Here we go, Chili.
Just she lost her balance there, do you think? She's a bit nervous,
Bit
facing up
nervous.
against her sister.
Oh, great pitch.
Good edge there on the outside for Ruby.
She's really good at working that outside edge. I know that when I play her, especially in school competition.
Oh, big shot.
Long shot from Millie Fidge, but great effort from
home run.
Chelsea Robinson, but it's a home run. Robinson just helped that one go over the fence, so chalk that one up to Millie Fidge, a 2-run shot as Callahan crosses the plate, and Millie Fidge will cross the plate, and the Thunder, another 2 on the board, puts the lead out to 20. I've never seen a 20-run margin in this game before. That'll give them 7 points, and the live ladder putting it beyond any doubt. So just out of reach for Chelsea Robinson out there at left field. She put it all on the line.
Yeah, she nearly got it. Unlucky for the Angels.
Great for the viewers, though.
Jordan Lee now the hitter for the Thunder. (24-4) in the top of the third. We're running pretty late tonight. It's nearly 10:30. Normally these games only go for about 30 to 40 minutes, so I'm sure next week will be short and sharp for fully loaded finals.
Yeah, quick game's a good game.
Yep.
Jordan Lee fouls that one off her toe. They don't tickle, do they?
No, not at all.
2-2 the count. There's 2 out in the top of the third inning. CPC Angels do. Jordan
Great
Lee
hit.
smashes this one, but
Good
straight
take.
down the throat of the centre fielder, Kelsey Barker, for the third out. We've got 3 more outs to go. It is the Thunder versus the Angels. It is the bottom of the third inning, and we're not too far away from finishing the night. So I do want to thank you girls for joining us, Ruby DeBrew and Taylor Chillingworth. The Cobras, I think it's pretty safe to say, gave it a good shake, but probably going to miss out on finishing top. So you'll probably have the home bench, a home dugout. I think if we look at the live ladder, you're a couple of points, more than a couple of points ahead of the Angels. Yeah, 4 points ahead of the Angels. So you'll be the third base dugout. Next week in the clash against the Angels, winner of that game will go straight through to the final. Don't let it keep you up at night, girls. It's still all about fun. Concentrate on your club and state commitments first, and we will definitely enjoy watching you guys in action next week for the West Beach Community Bank Cobras. because we're in a break of play in between innings, you want to say hello to anyone? Anyone watching do you know of?
Hi, Grandma. Watching from Mount Gambier.
I think my parents will probably be watching, so hello.
All right, here we go. Millie Fidge is the pitcher for the Thunder. How long until Ruby's up to bat? I'd like to see another matchup. But
See if Ruby could get a home run as well. That'd be pretty cool.
yeah, we're at the top of the lineup for the Angels. Neve Adams up to bat. It's been a long night for the Angels, I think, because they played the first game of the night. Then they had the break. Now they're playing the last game and trailing by 19 runs now. So they're not going to give the Thunder the maximum 7 runs for a 20-plus win. Already reduced the margin. Neve Adams with 2 balls.
Good cut there by Neve.
92 Ks from Millie Fidge. Adams does not hold back as that one it fouls over our head. Do you guys think that there's a bit more aggression in fully loaded softball, more bigger swings than you're used to seeing on a Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, definitely. Just because you want to get those runs on the board as early as you can, as we saw with the Thunder tonight, it just sets you up really well for the win, seeing as it's such a short game.
And there's a lot more people going for the first pitch in this competition.
Yeah, definitely.
Great pitch from Fidge, 93 Ks high and out of the zone for a strikeout. Well, here's the tactics we were talking about. A switch in the field for Steph Trzynski. I thought the ball had been thrown wild.
Yeah.
As they really opened up the left side for Trzynski. They've got one fielder on the left side of the diamond. As that is the way to break the switch, is by putting down a bunt. I've seen that many times. So good thinking there from Trzynski, as the Thunder defense are continuing with their right side shift.
That's also one of the benefits, being able to play with the not more intelligent, but people who have a lot more experience. Some of the older girls, they just really click with the game, and just as you saw with Steph then, can make those plays that really save the game.
Geez, if she can get a pitch close enough to pull, anything that goes down that left side line is going to be an in-the-park home run, even with these short fences.
I've seen her pull it a couple of times against us on Saturdays. So.
Oh, she doesn't need to, as she smashes this to the fence. The shift didn't work. They would have needed to put fielders behind the fence. Line drives a home run, and a 3-run shot for the Angels reduces the margin to 16. There is one out. Steph Trzynski will get to do the Angels celebration.
Great celebration.
Yeah, bringing out the barbecue deck chair. I reckon they can do better for a home run celebration, don't you? What would you be doing for an Angels home run celebration?
Well, I mean, we're getting the little halo,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
All right.
We'll have to sit on it.
Maybe
Tell
the
you
coach
next
should
week.
have a pair of wings behind him.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, good pitch.
Sophie Roberts up to bat. That is a good place to pitch to Sophie, because she's so good with her hands. Yeah, I'm backing back-to-back home runs here. She's such a powerful hitter.
She's looking for it.
Change of pace. So
Oh, good take.
great
Great
pitching
take.
from Millie Fidge. Outsmarts the hitter there with a change of pace, and a bit of a smile on the face of Sophie Roberts, as there's 2 out now. So 1 out away. Cara Schultz is the hitter for the CPC Angels.
We have 26 minutes of batting.
She's not holding back, is she? She's if she's going to be the last batter, she doesn't want to die wondering here. So Cara Schultz, a bit more patient there, as that one's around the zone. You can hear Lana Kaiser in the FX microphone.
Definitely can.
Dobbing her in there. Schultz
Oh, great shot.
hits this one foul down the left side.
She got onto that one.
I reckon it's the ghost. Mum and Dad, if you're listening. Christmas is coming up.
Yeah, that's the first series Ghost. The new Ghosts
Yeah.
look amazing. The Ghost Plus, I think they're called, as she reaches for this one. And it's just going to be out of reach for the Thunder shortstop and left fielder trying to chase that one down and end the evening. Looks like there's been a few home runs. Look at all the balls that she's just gone and collected. All right, here we are. There is 2 out, 2 strikes, and Schultz will watch that one through low for a ball. How did the field play tonight? Was the diamond okay? There hasn't been any matches on it for 2 weeks, so...
I think the grass is a bit longer at left field. It's a bit squishy out there. I'm not sure about the infield though.
Oh,
Chile will have
the
to.
diamond was nice tonight.
Yeah.
Normally it plays better when there's more games on it, but as long as it's watered and raked.
Yeah, it had a
as
good
well.
bounce on it.
Looks like it's in good shape, so we can thank all the crew at West Beach Parks for that. Help looking after our fielders. Swing and a miss, but Cara Schultz is going to arrive safely as it gets away from the catcher, Belinda White. Looked like that she was trying to put Neville Lawrence into some sort of wrestling submission move there as they tangled up behind home. So Chelsea Robinson will keep this game going for the Angels. Cara Schultz on first. They're still chasing 16 runs. They were in the bottom of the last inning. 2 outs. So I was saying thank you for joining us, girls. It's been great having you. Some great insight, and we always say that we only have the best guests, so I'll reiterate that. Only the best guests here at the commentary table. Very much looking forward to seeing you guys in action next week for the West Beach Community Bank Cobras.
Yes, very exciting. Bit high there from Millie.
Yeah. So I want to thank all our broadcast partners as well, leading teams and Emmsee Sportswear. Thank you to Spacequake Sports. Tonight we've seen the Angels defeat the Cobras 10-6. We saw the Cobras defeat the Thunder 14-10, and it has been an absolute demolition here. It was 4-all after the first inning, and then the Thunder just put their foot down. And they're currently leading 24-8, which will put them through in first place and straight through to the fully loaded softball grand final next week. We've seen some pretty good action, a few home runs as well. Kaysler, we saw Harris for the Thunder with home runs. Who else hit home runs tonight, girls? Steph Drzezinski for the Angels.
Millie Fidge did.
Millie Fidge hit a home run.
Good pick up by Lana there.
Great play.
And that will do it. So after a massive night, it's our first night back after the COVID break. I want to thank everyone for their patience throughout. We had a bit of a glitch with the lights, but Spacequake Sports and your team, awesome job. It was the Emmsee Sportswear Thunder running out winners over the CPC Angels 24-8 in Game 3. It will be the Thunder that go straight through the grand final. Game 1 next week will be between the Cobras and the Angels. But we'll see you on Saturday afternoon for Premier League action. Good night.